Hello and welcome to the Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM Blake Peoples, and here's your cast. We're here. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons, and I made sure to hit the button that lets everybody be heard. So we're all doing great. Phoenix, you had something you were gonna say, but said you wanted stream to hear it.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
The gaslighting of Blake begins immediately.
Instantly. There's no delay this time. Yeah, what's up? D&D, we're playing it. I should let y'all know now. Actually, I'm telling the chat this, but I'm also telling you guys this for the first time. I'm looking at my schedule here, and it looks like next Sunday, we play. And then the following 2 Sundays, we don't, because I'm gonna be dog sitting again. So, yeah, we might be able to figure something out for the 11th, depending on how early I get back. But might be a little breaky break from Bright Futures here for a couple of weeks, which is a bummer. But also, I get to hang out with the dog, so I don't feel that bad about it. Yeah. That's all I have in the way of announcements. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say, important or otherwise?
I have a clean bill of health.
Nice.
That's nice.
Monkey's back on stream.
Yeah, good.
I was gonna say, if you're someone who likes to mix up the flavor in the hummus before you eat it, you probably value consistency. But if you're somebody who likes to not mix it up, I think that says that you value variety over consistency. Because sometimes you get a lot of the stuff in the middle, sometimes you get a lot of the hummus, you know? So it's all about where you are.
Would you say one is better than the other? Personality-wise?
I would say...
Oh, the people or the experiences?
Everyone has a preference. Well, I mean, you need both, you know? Right? You need both.
Phoenix, just answer the question. I want to stir some drama.
Start an argument in the food chat.
Oh, God.
That's the best way to have engagement.
Yeah.
Start an argument.
Dude, I never expected that chat to be the one that pops off the most when I made it in the Discord. Speaking of which, if you're not part of the Discord, it's linked down below if you're watching the VOD, and it's linked by doing !Discord over there if you're watching right now. So...
I have tavern menu muted. No offense to anyone who cooks really good food. I just don't like it.
He doesn't like food.
The notifications.
Michael doesn't like food. This just...
The notifications. I just didn't... I wanted the end of the song.
I think it's fair because there are some days where, in 1 hour, 100 notifications will come through.
A lot of... If you like food arguments, if you like memes that may or may not have to do with D&D, and if you like... me...
General shit posting.
Then come join the Discord. And if you don't like any of those, that's fine too. I don't really care. But yeah, okay. That's all I got for announcements. We want to play the game? Okay. Spooky music. Okay, so on this session 18 of this campaign, pretty wild considering 4 weeks of in-game time have passed. I
feel like 4 is an overestimation.
No, I've been working with calendars.
It was 3.
Oh, this is the 3rd week, isn't it? Yep. But yeah, we left our gang, the Bright Futures students, after they returned from the Primal Grove, where they brought their friend Shandi back to life. But not completely. He's still missing half of his soul. Their teachers, who had to stay behind the Primal Grove to not get executed or whatever, told them to go straight back, but the gang decided to go back to the cave, where Shandi lost half of his soul and died.
Only one of them told us to go straight back. One of them told us to go straight back.
Wink. Yeah, but he's also on trial to be killed. So...
Cool dad told us to go straight back. Wink.
Okay. They made it back to the cave. They navigated some dangerous areas, fought a bunch of shadowy versions of Septon, and they learned after that Septon has an affiliation with an entity in the Shadowfell. and who has granted him the power to survive in the Shadowfell by becoming a horrible shadow demon. Just cool stuff.
Just girly things.
What's happening over there?
Phoenix, tell them what you said. Yes. Tell them what you said.
Phoenix, if you tell a secret and you can't tell everyone, then it's not good.
Chelsea,
Put him on blast, Chelsea.
What'd he say?
Well, Blake said something entity, and guess what Phoenix did?
I think I can guess, yeah?
Yeah. Something to do with the last 2 syllables of that word.
I can guess.
You need more hints, chat. No, don't applaud that!
Regardless. Oh, yeah, Turn's also dumb as a rock right now. That's a big thing, because of his cat ears.
What else is new?
But the crew went through most of the rest of the caverns and found a glowing orb that Shandi felt drawn to. They met a goblin with a crystal arm who said she was named Trisha the Traveler, and she was 100 years old, and she's been living in and out of the orb for 100 years, and that the parish has created something within the orb that is fueled by the life force that the crystal creatures in this area steal. And as we ended the session, Shandi alone stepped into the orb and was greeted by a dragonborn who said, "Welcome to Trinty Two." And that is exactly where we're going to pick up, with Shandi standing in this beautiful grassy field, clear blue sunny sky, facing this big smiling dragonborn. Shandi, you see in front of you this dragonborn, very strong, very buff dragonborn, wearing ill-fitting armor woven of grass, and carrying a hefty staff tipped with a slowly rotating stone cube. He's standing with his arms open wide after saying, "Welcome to Trinty Two," and looking at you expectantly.
Right, Trinty Two, and you would be?
Oh, I'm Crikey the Kobold.
Looks him up and down.
It's a dragonborn through and through, but
An awfully large kobold.
oh yeah, when I was a little guy, I found this, and a wizard took me, and he made me very big. But then I escaped with the help of our Lord and Protector, the parish, and here we are, in the parish's own sort of little world where we formed up Trinty Two. I know you're a friend of the parish. I recognize you, so welcome on in. You're free to walk about however you so choose.
You recognize me, he said.
Yeah. You came in here with the other crystal guys already. I didn't see you leave, but I tend to sleep sometimes, so.
Right, and sorry, my memory's a bit hazy, but which direction did I go in last time?
Well, towards town.
Ah, of course. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, we've already met, though.
Oh, meet you again, I mean.
Yeah. I guess I didn't say my name the first time through. You crystal guys aren't usually so talkative, but it's good to,
No, we aren't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind if some more of my friends came through here, would you?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
You're a very, very accommodating guardsman.
Well, I mean, you're a friend of the parish. Any friend of the parish is a friend of mine.
Of course.
What's everybody else doing outside? Shandi walked into the orb.
Oh,
Weren't we going right
yeah,
in
we're
after
all
him?
Yeah, but he
we're
was
following.
in front of you. Cool. So yeah,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
too pretty much right at this. The rest of your friends pop in, and Crikey's face turns from a big smile to a big frown. He goes, "Whoa, hey, ho! Who are you folks?"
These are the friends I was just telling you about.
Oh,
Hi.
when you said friends, I thought you meant more crystal folk like you. I don't know these guys.
Oh, well, I can vouch for them.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
With advantage, because we're so charming.
Let's see. Persuade. 17?
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Any friend of you, well, since you're a friend of the parish, any friend of the parish, which is you, is a friend of me, and if they're your friends, then they're technically friends of the parish. Yeah, whatever. Come on in.
Yes, I'm glad that all makes sense to everyone.
Yeah. Hi.
Everyone, this is Crikey.
I'm Crikey the Kobold, says the massive Dragonborn.
Cool.
Nice to meet you, Crikey. My name's Septon.
Cool.
I'm Tether. Do you know what a soul looks like?
No?
We'll have to figure out what it looks like.
Well, Shandi,
it looks
seems
like a
as if
crystal
you had been, chatting. Why don't you lead the way?
Oh, no. Listen, if you haven't been here before, I'll personally take you over to Trinty Two. We don't get a whole lot of visitors these days. Plus, we got those guards outside, who I'm sure you met. So, no big deal either way. But yeah, follow me on in. Should be fun. I'll show you around. Make sure you meet everybody. It'll be great. Welcome on in, Trinty Two. It's our little paradise in here.
Let's go see Trinty Two.
Yeah! And he starts walking away and humming joyfully under his breath. Septon! There's something familiar about this place. It's not like it gives off the energy of the Primal Grove, where it felt like the Feywild, or the Withered Queen's Court, where it felt like the bad parts of the Feywild, but there's something that is... It's an itch you can't quite scratch about this place.
Does it feel similar to the Shadow thing?
It's not a feeling thing. It's just, it looks familiar-ish, but not really.
Interesting.
Like, every now and again you're like, wait, I know. No. Not quite sure. But regardless. Yeah. He's gonna start taking you on the short walk to Trinty Two. For 5-ish minutes, he walks and is humming happily, as well as just throwing some small talk back towards you until you reach a nearby hill. And he says, "Oh, okay, just over the next hill, you're gonna be able to see it, our pride and joy, Trinty Two." And continues walking up towards the rise. Let's get it. Cool. As you crest the rise, the first thing you experience is a cool breeze coming off of the large, crystal clear river that flows out of the hill you're standing on. Down the river a little ways, various red scaly forms are lining its sides, each of them carrying a large wooden contraption with a smaller kobold attached to the end. The large kobolds dip the small kobolds towards the water, and the small kobolds are swiftly and deftly grabbing the rainbow-scaled fish that swim through the lake, and their scales glinting in the refreshing sunlight. A bit farther down the river, a sprawling but humble settlement teems with activity. The houses here, many of which are built on either side of the river or on precarious scaffolding that crosses the river, are constructed of unmatched wooden planks and incredibly reflective material. So every few steps you take towards this village, one of you are put in a place where... Shut up!
It's Private Willie Johnson.
There he goes. There's light sort of reflecting into your eyes, and you have to blink every couple of seconds. Kobolds and goblins alike stroll through the wide open spaces between buildings in this village and calling out friendly, if long-winded, you've heard how kobolds speak, greetings. As you follow Crikey to what appears to be the main wooden bridge leading across the river and into the town, this is as precarious as the rest of the structures and bows slightly beneath each of your steps, considering you're significantly heavier than most kobolds. You can see that suspended above the center of the bridge through a convoluted, unwieldy, and probably dangerous system of ropes and pulleys is a stone statue of a large sheepdog holding a fish in its mouth. Water is funneled through tubes up above the dog and poured down on top of it, creating a bit of a watery archway to pass through. Septon, as you see this water coming out of the hill, you're hit with an even more strong sense of recognition of this place. You can make a history or nature check if you want.
Okay. History or nature? Those aren't good. Neither of those are good. We're gonna do history, leaving it up to the die. 14.
14's enough, yeah. So it clicks for you. This place reminds you a lot of the plains of Emethel, which is a sort of ungoverned transitory land in the Feywild, though The Feywild, the actual plains of MFL, the grass is blue and the sky shimmers with emerald colors, but the geography and just sort of the feeling of this place is pretty much spot on. You've traveled through the plains of MFL many times. It's one of the easiest ways to get from place to place in the Feywild. So, I mean, take that however you want, but you're like, yeah, this is
Cool story,
definitely
bro.
that place. I mean, there's no Trinty Two in the plains of MFL, but enough of the rest of it is similar.
So it's real quick.
Yeah.
Feywild, and then there's a plane within that plane that's the plains of MFL, or is it like a cut through? You know, like.
Sorry, so plains like Plains.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just in the Feywild. No, I haven't started to think of like complex planar geography.
Cross planes.
Here. Yeah, no. It's just the literal plains, yeah. As you all approach town, you get some weird looks from its diminutive residents, but Crikey's presence seems to dissuade any confrontation. Crikey leads you into a clearing pretty much just directly across the bridge, in the middle of the town. In the center of this clearing floats a figure. This figure does not match the surroundings in the slightest. Whereas everything else is cheery, bright, and teeming with life, this thing is unnerving, silent, unmoving. It's a vaguely human shape, but longer, and with a head that tapers to a point at the back of its skull. Its pale, bluish, though almost translucent skin reveals more of its veins and organs than you would like to be able to see, and its loose, gently floating cloth wrappings don't do much to obscure any of its veins. Its eyes are open and glowing with white energy, but besides its gentle floating up and down, it does not seem to move in the slightest. Crikey kneels before it and motions sort of for the rest of you to do the same.
Okay.
Yeah. We're trying to.
Heather's
blame
quick with the kneel.
Yeah, I'm gonna play along for now.
Oh,
Yep.
why are we all kneeling?
That's because this is the parish. He's the one that it's the one that created this world. So we have to show our respect every time we enter. Not that many people leave and enter. I've only been out once since I came in here, so.
I'll kneel.
It doesn't show any sign of acknowledgement towards you as you do so, but Crikey, after a second, seems satisfied, and stands back up and says, "Well, welcome. What can I do you for here in Trinity? Oh, friends, you look a little beat up."
Yeah.
We've seen better days.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, if you want a place to, take a load off, you can go to my house.
I mean, we're not carrying that many loads, but if there's a place we can go and rest.
Yeah, that.
Okay, cool.
If you wanted.
Your hospitality is much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, of course, no reason not to. I mean, unless you were coming here to try some of our delicious rainbow fish, then I mean, nothing's pressing, really. Actually, that's not even pressing, because we always have some of that. We got the best fishermen in all the, well, this place, that's for sure.
Do you, by chance, know what this place is? I mean, obviously you're in Trinity, but like...
Well, Trinty Two.
Trinity 2, right,
Yeah.
of course.
Trinity One apparently got destroyed.
Right. We're in Trinity 2. Where is Trinity 2?
Here.
Got it.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know much of how it works. Some people make fun of me because they say I'm the dumbest wizard they know, but really, I didn't mean to be a wizard. It just sort of happened to me when old Cragtooth took me. Way back when.
Sounds like you're a wizard without even trying.
Yeah, something
I
like
think
that.
that makes you the smartest wizard I know.
Aw, thanks, green cat guy.
You're welcome.
Meow.
He just calls it as he sees it.
Oh no, I appreciate that. Thanks. Appreciate. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Apparently this isn't the real world, but you know, feels plenty real to me. The fish taste good. The sleep feels good. Everybody's friendly.
And speaking of friendly,
Yeah.
we're in town now, but whereabouts could I find my other friends?
Your crystal friends?
Yes, those are the ones.
Well, I don't know. They go to and fro. Oftentimes they help out with, rebuilding stuff. Sometimes carrying hulls in. But the new ones usually sort of go way out north. I don't know where they go from there. We pretty much stay right around here. In fact, it's pretty dangerous to go too far from town these days. There's an outsider in here. He came in here a little while ago, so yeah. You want to be careful.
The outsider. What do you look like? Maybe we knew him.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see him myself. I guess I was asleep when he came through, though I don't really remember falling asleep. But he's apparently tall, like you guys or me, and he dresses all in dark clothes. And ever since he came in here, none of us have been able to get a good night's sleep. I think the parish is keeping us alert until we catch the outsider and get rid of him, Because it wouldn't be good if we fell asleep while he was out and about. Apparently he's pretty mean. A couple of kobolds have gone missing.
Well, it looks like we could hit two birds with one stone while we're here. Metaphorically speaking.
Oh, you're gonna try to take care of the outsider?
Aye.
We might have met him before.
Okay, I mean, that'd be great. Most of the folks around here don't really know much in the way of fighting, but you guys all look like you could handle yourselves, and since you're one of those crystal guys, I know you can.
Yes, of course. I'm sure it shouldn't be a problem for me.
Yeah.
Well,
Do we want to rest, or do we want to try to catch up with your crystal buddies?
we could
I
rest
think we should rest, yeah.
beforehand.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll show you my house. It's not much, but plenty of places to take a little nap.
That sounds lovely.
Even if it is first thing in the morning. Alright. And he leads you over to one of the cottages that is suspended above the river. You have to climb up some rope to get to it. But it's not too difficult. Yeah, it's a pretty humble, like, 2-room shack hanging above the river. It's a little noisy because of the river. Not that the river goes incredibly quickly, but it is making some noise, as rivers do. And the kobolds sort of all around are also chatting it up in their kobold way, so might be a little difficult to get some rest, but you've slept through worse. I'm gonna go back out and stand guard, but feel free to nap as long as you need. If you need to find me, just yell really loud. I'll be able to hear you.
How loudly?
As loud as you can.
Okay, maybe someone else will. I don't really have the most powerful vocal cords.
That's okay. Hey, did a wizard do experiments on you too?
Unclear.
Oh, okay. Well, always good to meet another person who got experimented on by a wizard. You're in good company. I don't mean that because of me, but the parish was in the wizard's tower also, so, and he's incredible, made a whole world, saved our entire group. So, I bet you're that cool too, maybe. I don't know.
Jury's still up.
What's a jury?
I don't know. I know it's a phrase.
Oh. Alright. Well, I'll ask some of the smart cobs around and see if they know.
If you do, tell me no.
I will, yeah, for sure. All right. Well, have a good rest, you guys. I'll be out and about. And he climbs out of the house and leaves you alone.
Guys, if we fall asleep, we're gonna have nightmares again.
Probably.
Sounds like we might.
What if instead we just take a little cat nap?
I mean, I think that still means we're asleep. Oh, because you have the ears and then tail. That was funny.
It's just a nap. You don't really sleep when you're napping, you know?
What?
Yeah, you do.
Like you're half sleeping. Or your eyes are closed, but you're not fully asleep.
Not quite. You're definitely asleep when you nap.
You don't have all the crazy deep dreams and really that's it.
I mean,
So what's the plan from here? Are we supposed to go find these rock boys who took your soul?
yes, the one with my soul is with them. Our friend here believes that I am him, which is how we've gotten in his good graces.
Convenient.
So I say we head north. It's where both of our points of interest seem to be located.
Do we know the one with your soul went north as well?
I think it's safe to assume. He said the new arrivals all go there.
Sounds like our best lead. I'm a little worried about the cryptal.
I mean,
He's just some old man with one eye.
He's pretty young when
Yeah.
you saw him, Septa.
He's not old.
Oh,
Well, which
this entire
I
time
saw
was
one old
imagining
cryptal and
some
one young
ancient-
cryptal.
There was one old crypto, but the one
Yeah.
you think you're dealing with wasn't old. Yeah.
Yeah, old cryptal went on his way with. Yeah, they went up north.
looks like we're gonna have to face him to stop these dreams anyway, so.
That would appear to be the case.
Alright,
So,
let's go get him.
right. So we're not sleeping then. That would be a bad idea.
Rest
I mean-
for a short second. Or
Could do
hour.
Didn't we
My
just short
only-
rest before coming in
You
here?
just short rested. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
the only thing
only
that would benefit us is like a long rest.
my only thing is I'm not really the most combat ready in terms of kit or gear, as the gamers say. I'm sorry. I don't really have any spells, and so I don't want to be useless to you guys again. But if that is what has to happen, then I will do my best.
Well, before we go, couldn't we scour the town to see if there's a shop or something here? Not that I think they have any concept of money, but to find something for you to use.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, what else would you need?
Well, so far, so I don't have any spells, and so I just would need a reliable melee weapon made out of wood.
You
I
have
gave
a
you.
wooden toy sword.
I know, that's why I said reliable.
You're saying my gift wasn't reliable, Tether?
No, it's a really nice gift. It just, I have a feeling after a couple hits it's gonna break.
Well, when you cast Shillelagh, doesn't it, like, hold it together? Or is that not how that works?
I don't know. I think I was just told by an omnipotent being that it was fragile.
Oh. Alright.
Alright. We could look around town.
If I had a backpack, I would have something for you inside of it, I'm sure of it. But
Maybe if we find a place where Tether can get a weapon, we can find a place to get you a backpack as well.
But I'm also worried about her going in there without any spells.
That is
mean,
worrisome, but
Septon, do you have any?
Any Spells or anything you could use as a weapon?
No, spells. Because I feel like you and me take on the brunt of healing the party.
I could cast a few more spells. Maybe
A few
3.
more?
I'm feeling tired.
Don't you guys only need to rest for like 4 hours though? Because you're.
Oh yeah, I could rest for 4 hours.
I don't think it's how that works.
Heather can't anymore. Maybe
Yeah.
at one point in her life.
Got it.
Plus,
I mean-
even when people trance, they went into nightmare zone.
Yeah. I thought I was done with things, but apparently not.
If sleep is what we need, we could all risk it together. It hasn't killed us yet, but it's gotten close.
I heard another phrase: "Risk it for the biscuit."
Where
Where did you hear that
did you
phrase?
hear that?
I found a phrase book.
That's how Tether's learning to read.
It's like, what group in this
like-
world uses risk it for the biscuit? Is that dwarven? Is that orcish?
That's gnomish.
Gnomish, risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah. Which I don't understand risking it all for a single biscuit. But if flour is hard to come by in your land, I guess.
I think it means you risk it for the greater benefit after. And the end benefit being a biscuit.
A biscuit.
It's not a great phrase, but
I mean, does the biscuit have butter or jam?
yeah. Well, whatever makes it more delicious for you.
I feel like then it should be risk it for the buttered biscuit.
Sure.
Right, but then it doesn't like rhyme the same way. It doesn't have the same flow.
I'd risk it for a buttered biscuit.
Okay.
Yeah, see? I feel like that one works better.
I'd also risk it for a biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being completely honest.
I'm sure.
Risk it for an egg, bacon, and cheese sandwich biscuit.
That sounds
Sure.
really good.
It sounded
Wouldn't you
does
risk
sound
it
good.
more? Wouldn't you risk more for that
I
than
feel
just
like
a
we're
plain
getting off
biscuit?
topic.
Speaking of good food, which we can hopefully get once we're back at school, let's get this done.
Let's get this bread.
That one's
I-
another one. How
I
did you
wanna
That
go
know?
one's
back
halfling.
to
They're the
school
same
so
thing.
much.
Gnome versus halfling there. Yeah.
Oh, halfling
Yeah.
with let's get this bread.
Yeah.
I think they had all the flour components in one section.
So what's the plan? What are we doing here? You want to look around town? You want to take a nap?
Nap for 8 hours.
Yeah, take a sleep. Time, you've been told, works differently here, so there's no telling what'll happen in 8
Yeah.
hours. Right
Yes.
now, it seems beautiful out. Beautiful morning energy.
Uh-oh.
That's my vibe.
I mean, we probably don't want to stay here too long, but like, sleeping would be good. It would help. It would help Tether and I kind of recuperate, be ready to go. I know the rest of you don't really cast. Well, Sean D, I've seen you cast spells, and you too, Turn. I just don't know how you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling about 60%.
You just
Yeah.
do math?
I'm like below 50.
Wait, whoa. Turn, did you just do math?
No, percentages
feeling-
aren't math.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, that's news to me. It's like,
Isn't that
Oh,
more
good.
economics?
I'm feeling like a
No.
little more than half, right?
No way Tether knows what you can.
No, you can't go back on this. You said 60%.
Right, well, I'm explaining. I feel
Oh,
a little
okay.
more than half,
Uh-huh.
and I know that 50%'s half, so I'm feeling 60%.
That's no, I'm applauding you. I know my compliments don't seem like compliments, but good job.
I still don't think it's math, though.
I mean,
It's more like,
coming from the public school system,
this
it
is
is.
how I feel. And math's not about feelings, math's about numbers and specific answers.
I mean, I feel
Sometimes I
good
feel
when
like a
I do
7.
well on a math test. So,
Oh, that's different.
oh.
That's your feelings about math, not the math itself.
I was never much one for math myself.
I didn't know it
Says
existed
from
until
the bottom corner of his screen.
Don't mind me. I'm dealing with something off screen.
Okay.
Something fell over and I'm trying to...
Cool.
Alright, there we go.
Well,
All right.
are
So,
we risking it for this biscuit?
Risking it for the biscuit.
Look, either we go off half-cocked, or we sleep, and we might be fine, or we might go off half-cocked.
See, I didn't understand that one.
Half-cocked doesn't exist in this world, does it?
Crossbows. You're fine. Call them crossbows.
Okay. No, like when you only draw a crossbow arrow back halfway,
So it just does a little wimpy.
or if you... Exactly, like the crossbow, it only fires halfway.
So the crossbow's impotent.
Yeah, kinda.
Should we vote for it?
that's a great idea. Turn.
Alright, I vote for let's go now.
I vote to sleep. But also, Turn's idea is also really good, and if we choose
Okay,
that
I
one,
vote to
You
sleep.
already voted, Tether. You can't add on the... I guess you could, but like it... There's no point. You know?
I'll say sleep if we can.
2 for
Great.
sleep?
3 for
That's
Alright.
3 for sleep.
Oh, 3 for sleep.
Hi, I'm still here.
There's the math.
Sorry, Una, I was thinking
Well.
about math.
hmm
2.
Regardless of what I say, the sleep is the majority, but
Sleeps have it.
Alright, sounds great. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
All right, and you all start to snooze. And when you snooze, you dream.
we lose.
Goodbye.
Lose.
But
Cool.
Is that another phrase Tether's learning about?
snooze you less.
She didn't get to that chapter yet.
Una,
Mm-hmm.
you dream of heartbreak, feeling a pain that only those who have lost love can know.
Or a backpack.
Tether,
Right.
you dream of betrayal, as your good deed is punished by your very family exiling you. Turn, you dream of loneliness, as you're surrounded by a sea of talking people but too scared to speak up for yourself. Septon, you dream of pain, as every part of your body is replaced with something else, something alien. And Shandi, you dream of nothing. Nothing but the void that lies at the center of your soul. Everybody but Shandi takes a point of exhaustion, but other than that, long rest attained.
That was a damn fine biscuit.
my rolls are now only at -2.
Well,
Okay.
Oh,
I'm feeling tired, but
we didn't have to fight anything that time.
Mm-hmm.
still had some bad dreams, but they felt more like normal dreams, not like I might get murdered dreams.
This was
Let's-
more along the lines of the dreams you had the night that you came to Wilter's Watch. Same energy. None of the dreams upon waking really felt familiar to you in any way, but they felt intense while you were in them.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Yeah, let's go and go quick because we already not wasted. It was a good idea and wasn't wasted time, but we did spend time.
We're going.
We're
So,
going.
as you leave the house, you notice that it's still daytime. The sun has gotten lower in the sky, but it's not nighttime. It's
Low.
probably slightly before evening, if you had to guess. But you climb out of the house, climb down the rope, and you are in the middle of Trinty Two. What would you like to do?
Are we heading straight north, or are we stopping by to see if we can get a weapon for Tether and to
Let's go north.
return? Very well.
All right, yeah. and you begin heading north of the town. Yeah, you walk out of the town, and you start walking north, and you cross over hills, and Septon, you generally have an idea of where you are, if this is the same as the plains of MFL. It's not like you memorized them by any means, but like you've been here.
So like
somewhere similar here before.
So we might be like in the Feywild.
Well, in the Feywild, the grass is teal and the sky is green in this area, and this doesn't feel like the Feywild, but it feels like, if anything, a copy of that area of the Feywild.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, you go north for quite a while. Telling time is not easy, as it does seem that time just works differently here. The sun is definitely lowering, but you're in this late afternoon, pre-evening period for a lot longer than you normally would be. An indeterminate amount of time later, you realize, Septon, that you've come to what would normally be the end of the plains of MFL, but they continue to stretch out in front of you for as far as you can see.
Huh. Shandi, your friend didn't say, like, how far north we had to go, did he?
Don't believe so. I think he just said north.
Weird. Huh. So, this place looks familiar to me, but also not familiar. Basically, it kind of looks like a part of the Feywild, but we're definitely not in the Feywild. I know Feywild. This ain't Feywild. But it's like the same, like, shape as the Feywild, but the wrong vibe. Does that make sense?
As much as it can.
Like an illusion, where someone like used to be there and then made their own place and like tried to make it as like that as possible.
Yeah, the second one, kinda. I don't know, but like this is where the area should have like changed or ended.
I mean, if you look back, does it look like we've gone that amount of distance?
You can't see Trinty Two
Yeah.
anymore, that's for sure. Yeah, you walked.
Ooh, yikes.
I know I stopped feeling where my soul was last session, but do I feel it again now that we're here?
Make an insight check.
That's gonna be 15.
15. No, nothing.
Well,
Seems like our only options are to keep going or turn back.
trekking on. I'd rather move forward than backward, personally.
Alright.
Okay.
You continue forward. You continue forward for quite a while, to the point where the color of the light is starting to change. Sunset is approaching. You're in that sort of golden hour of the day at this time. When all of you are beginning to feel a little hopeless that you're going to see anything, in the far distance, Una, with your fucking eagle eyes that you have, you see something on top of one of the hills. As you squint to try to make it out a little bit clear, it looks to be a tree. The only tree you've seen since you've entered this place.
Now, speaking of good eyes, who's wearing those glasses that we found?
Give him a turn.
Cool.
Turn gets all the weird shit we don't really know what to do with. I'm so tired at this point. A tree.
What kind?
It's a tree with leaves.
Okay, so it's not a pine
think,
or anything of
uh,
that nature?
Speed up.
Let's go investigate the tree.
Would you say it's a birch?
I don't... DM, would
Or
I say it's a
willow?
birch based on...
It's hard to it's hard to tell from this distance.
It's hard to tell, Tether. Let's just keep walking.
As
say
you
it's-
approach, though, it does appear to be a willow.
Oh
weeping-
shit, it's a
weeping
willow!
Specifically.
So it doesn't have leaves.
No.
Why is it trying?
Well, it's got like
Don't they technically do?
I think the long things are leaves technically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know trees.
Yeah, as you it's up atop a hill, a particularly steep one. So as you're making your way up it, you begin to approach the willow. It's tall. Not the tallest tree you've ever seen by any means, but it is striking, if only because it's the only one anywhere, it seems. It stands alone. It looks somber, but is very much alive.
Hi.
Turn, can you... I mean, Tether, yeah, sure, talk to it. Yeah, go. You know what I mean.
Tether, no response.
Yikes.
Why do no trees want to talk to me?
You get your answer as you ask that. It's because this isn't a tree. It looks like a tree, but it's not one. You don't know
Ooh.
what it is, but it's not a tree.
I know it's not a tree by me trying to speak to it, or like on closer inspection.
No, like you
the
try
bark.
to talk to it, and like even when trees don't want to talk to you, and you can tell that they're trees. This one, you try to speak to it, and you're like, oh, that isn't a tree.
Okay, I'm gonna touch it.
Oh,
Touch
oh.
it.
Oh, God.
Feels like bark. Smooth bark.
This is not a tree. If I were to guess, I would say this is a whole constructed reality, and so this tree is constructed, and so it's not actually a living tree. It's just like someone made something to look like a tree. It feels like a tree.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Can I take a little circle around
Yeah.
the tree? See if I see anything.
Circle around the tree, make an investigation check.
Unnatural 20.
You look around the tree, and as you get to the other side of it, you're sort of looking around, and just by chance, you look up into its leaves from beneath it. And as you do so, you feel sort of a sense of vertigo as the ground itself seems to shift. So the ground beneath you shifts so that you're now standing, looking upwards towards the sky, and in front of you, no longer is the leaves of a tree, but an ancient tower. You look around, the tree's gone, and so are your friends. So Una, the rest of you see Una circle around to the back of the tree with momentum to keep going, but then disappear.
Una?
Where'd she go? And I'm gonna start walking around the tree.
Yeah, I mean, you make a full circle around the tree and she's not there.
Maybe she rolled down the hill. I'm gonna climb the tree.
Alright, as you reach to climb up into the tree and look up, the same experience happens to you where you find yourself completely somewhere else. Una, it's not as though Tether appears beside you. It's as though she was there all along and you just noticed her. And we'll take a second with you too. But yeah, the two of you are sort of there looking at this tower.
What does the tower look like?
Tower is
Give
old.
me the vibes.
The tower is made of stone. It is old. Bits and pieces seem to have crumbled off the sides. There are cracks running all up along it. It's probably 3 or 4 stories tall. A small stairway leads up to an oaken front door. The wood is blackened as though it were burned, but not so severely as to be destroyed. There's an iron knocker in the center of the door.
Ooh. Oh, you're here.
Yeah, where did you go?
I went around what I thought was a tree, and I looked up, and now the tree is a tower.
It wasn't really a tree. I tried climbing the tree because I thought you rolled down because
Right.
I do think rolling down hills is fun. I just thought it was weird under the circumstances that you would do it, but I wasn't gonna judge. But then when I tried climbing it, I was here.
Huh. Okay. Well, let's hope the boys maybe get here or they're already here. How long have you been here?
I just got here.
Okay.
Should we knock on the door?
The boys.
Yeah, but are there windows?
No. Stone all the way up. There are sort of chunks taken out of it, but they're pretty tall. You could probably climb up and look inside if you wanted, though.
Do you think it'd be a good idea for me to like? I'm gonna try some Foley work.
I'll just stand under. Not
Alright.
that I'll be much help if she falls,
Yeah,
because she'll crush me, but...
Stand in her way as Tether, you climb up to the lowest sort of rung of opening. And as you peek through, you sort of have to blink because there is a very bright light coming from inside. You can see that the entire intersection of the tower, it's not divided between floors. It is one large, tall room. And the center of this room is occupied by a pillar of pure light. A light humming noise sort of comes from it as you look at it. You can see every couple of seconds a pinkish purple spark comes off a side and then dissipates.
Huh.
Other than that, it seems pretty stable. There doesn't appear to be anyone inside, just this column of light.
Okay, Tether's gonna look down at Una and go,
Tether,
Yeah.
as you turn around and look behind you, you're back at the tree.
"Dang it!"
So the boys, as you're like, where did they go? Tether just appears, like, as though, probably on the side of the tree, looking behind herself.
Oh, Tether, you're back.
Yeah, I am. Once, follow me. Can I climb back up? Does it work again?
As long as you look up, you appear in the next space.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I look back down.
So you see Tether say, "Follow me," and then look up, and then just disappear. Not even like a pop disappear. It just feels as though you like realized she was never there to begin with.
Is Tether a real person?
So Shandi, Turn asks that, and Shandi and Zepton both look up into the trees and melt away as well.
Fuck. Turn's just gonna be staring at the tree all day.
Uh-oh.
Tether, you don't appear on the side of the tower. You just appear standing where you originally appeared as well.
Okay, if we look down, we go back.
It wasn't that you looked down; it's that you looked behind you.
Oh, if we look behind us, we go back.
That's terrifying. Okay. I feel like that's a metaphor for something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Should somebody go fetch Turn?
Oh, you're here too.
Yeah, we probably don't want to leave him, do we?
Maybe
Tether,
even, like,
Tether turns
10
around,
seconds.
and as Turn, you're like looking for them or wondering if they were ever really real. Tether appears like inches in front of your face.
Hi.
Kiss.
There's some strange stuff going. Whoa. Lead with tongue. Strong choice, Tether. So Tether, I've been thinking.
Okay.
Yeah?
Do you remember going to an academy and taking classes?
Yeah, I do. That's where we met.
Right, so that stuff really happened?
Uh-huh.
Alright. What was the first thing I ever said to ya?
I think it was hi. I remember waiting with Alitha at the front gate, and everyone came, and you walked around with the birds and everything around, and you said, "Hello, my name is Tarn."
That does sound like me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you remember?
Not really. Maybe
Okay.
I never existed.
I think you do. I think you're just cursed, and it's gonna be okay, because we're gonna fix that curse when we're done with the Shanti thing. So we just have to do that first, and then we're gonna move on to you. So I want you to follow me. I want you to just look up, because when we look up, we go to a new place, and when we turn back around, we go back here.
What curse?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look up, and we're not gonna turn back. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
he left.
looks and he's gone. Yeah, I figure you follow. So now you're all
Yeah.
standing a few feet away from this tower.
What?
Okay.
Where is this?
Okay.
Where am I?
No, don't look back.
One way or another, you managed to get turned to show up
Yeah.
with you. Probably takes some time, but you know, as the tower is bathed in the sunset light, it casts a dark shadow over all of you.
So when I took a peek inside, it didn't seem like anyone was in the tower. It's not really a tower, it's more just a very long cylinder room. And there's a pillar of bright light in the center of it. There's occasionally sparks, but only occasionally. It didn't look like anything else was in it.
Okay.
So, do we want to knock on the door? Do you want me to climb back up?
What
And,
if-
you guys go in, and if something happens, I can... Wah!
What if I just look up at the top of the tower?
Sure looks like the top of a tower.
Okay. Sure. Let's knock,
Alright.
or just open the door.
Or me and Turin can both climb up and do the wah! Get the drop on them. That's what that phrase means!
What? Climb up.
Tether, there was nobody in there when you looked earlier.
No, yeah, I know, but just in case something appears, I don't know. It's a magical world.
Oh,
Cool. Alright, so are you the two of you going to climb back up to that opening?
I am.
Sure, I'll climb.
Cool. You climb
I'm
on
pretty
up.
good at climbing.
Yeah, without any problem, you both climb on up, and you can once again see the pillar of light inside.
Tether, where are we?
I don't know.
Are we about to attack the first person we see?
I don't think so, unless they seem aggressive.
Should I have this hand axe drawn at the ready?
That wouldn't hurt. I have the toy sword ready.
Great.
Okay, we'll jump down on my signal.
What's the signal?
My hands are kind of... I hit my head 3 times on the wall.
Alright. Sounds like it might be a little too discreet for me to notice, but I think I'll try my best.
Okay. And I'm gonna lean my head back.
What are the rest of you doing?
I mean, do we
I
just...
guess
do
we're
we-
going to open the door.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I think that was the plan. We open the door. If something jumps on us, they jump on them.
Cool.
Alright then.
I'll open. Actually, how tall is the door?
Door's pretty tall. Door is
Then-
pretty tall. Yeah, you could definitely reach the handle, but you'd be reaching above your head.
Then, oh, never mind. Somebody else do it. Hee hee.
Alright, I'll
That was
open the
good.
door.
It opens outwards towards you. And as you open it, you can feel sort of heat radiating off of this pillar of light in the center of the room. It's not overwhelmingly hot, but there's definitely energy being stored there.
Similar to the beam we saw in the cave that led us here, or no?
The orb?
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very similar.
Shandi, is that your soul?
I don't think so.
Lick it. No, sorry.
That's a good idea, actually.
Oh, no. Well, if the orb took us here, I'm sure this takes us somewhere else.
Is that literally the only thing in the room?
Yeah, the center of the room is consumed by this beam of light, and it seems as though this tower has only been constructed to house this beam of light.
Yeah, have they fully entered?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Tether's gonna take that to mean nothing's gonna appear to, like, ambush them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna... Okay, plan's off turn. Let's just climb down inside to join them.
Cool. Yeah, very carefully you climb down inside without looking behind yourselves, and you join them inside.
So, if this is gonna take us someplace else, do we think we should all hold hands and step in together so that way someone doesn't, like, go there at first and they're alone and something happens?
Hold hands around it. I'll step in.
Wait, we're gonna enter, like, another realm inside where we are?
It's the only thing we've seen for ages.
I have that detect magic scroll. Do you want me to use that, or
Pretty
do
sure.
you want me to save it?
Safe to assume.
I'm getting big magic vibes from this.
Big magic.
Yeah, I know.
Big magic.
Just have
energy.
this scroll.
It will, if you use the detect magic scroll, just from what you know about the spell, it will tell you if it is
The
magical,
school of magic.
what school of magic it is related to.
Mhm.
Because we all know a lot about schools of magic.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna ask permission. I think it might help. I'm gonna use the scroll.
Okay,
Feather?
so scroll usage, it doesn't automatically happen,
Oh.
because that's not how the game works.
What spell is it?
Detect
Detect
magic. It might
magic.
actually automatically happen. 'Cause
That
you
one I
have-
think automatically happens.
you
As long
have
as you have detect magic in your spell list. Is that in the druid spell list?
I think
druids do. Yeah, no, it does. It definitely does automatically happen because it is a low enough level spell that you can use it. All right. As Tether opens the scroll and reads from it, her eyes shine with blue energy. And Tether, you look around and you are sort of inundated by information. There is all sorts of magic going on around you. You sense you can use your action to choose something specific. There's many magical auras. There's a very strong one coming from directly in front of you. Most of the people around you have magical auras associated with them as well.
Yeah.
But if you want to pick specifically the thing in the
I'll
middle,
pick specifically the thing in the middle, yeah.
evocation magic coming from this thing.
It's an evocation.
What's that?
I didn't hear what you said.
What's that?
Oh.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I know what evocation
Not a
is?
magic
Sure, go
person.
for it.
I feel like Acceptance Magic isn't really schools of magic style, you know?
No, but you've heard about it. Shandi, you might actually be... You should probably roll an Arcana check because you study, so...
Yeah.
You're a big nerd.
Nerd check.
17.
Yeah, okay, Shandi.
I
Shandi...
think I got a 19 actually, but
Oh, good job, Septon. Septon, you know a lot about them. You probably can't phrase it in the same way Shandi does. Shandi, you know that evocation schools, the evocation school of magic specifically deals, most commonly deals with either sort of like creating energy in either positive or negative ways. Like fireball is evocation, creating damaging flames, as well as healing is evocation for the most part. Some healing is necromancy, but most basic healing is evocation.
Evocation, go bang.
Yeah, and that's what Septon gets.
Ah.
It's,
maybe
it has to do with the
don't-
creation of energy, whereas sort of conjuration has to do with the creation of materials.
Oh, does anyone have like something small and useless that they're not really gonna use to throw in to see if it gets? Well, maybe it'll just disappear and we won't know if it gets like annihilated or teleported.
Got it.
I'll use this ring that I picked up that doesn't do anything.
Maybe not. Is it the fancy ring?
With the astral diamond chunk in it.
We could sell that.
I'll throw a gold at the beam.
You throw it into the beam, and it sort of hits the beam, stays there, vibrates rapidly, and flies back out at you. And you have to sort of dodge out of the way as it
Yeah,
hits
cool.
the wall
So let's
behind
not go into it.
Yes.
Well,
As you look at the gold, it doesn't seem particularly damaged, but there was definitely some force sending it flying back.
I mean, maybe it got damaged more from hitting the wall than anything.
It doesn't look like burned or anything.
Is it good enough to still use
Oh,
as
yeah.
legal tender? Okay.
Still legal, but it just, yeah. It's like somebody threw it at a wall. That's
I could just imagine Septon like getting the coin to pick it up by walking backwards.
Oh yeah, I guess I did.
Shandi,
It's feeling around behind me.
this might sound weird, but what if you go and try to talk to it?
Yeah, I suppose that's worth a try. Walk up to it. Hello.
As you get close, the heat sort of starts to radiate onto your face, and you sense there's a pain in your eye socket, your empty eye, a familiar pain to the one that you felt when you arrived back in Walter's Watch, as well as a sense in the missing part inside you, that sort of void that you keep noticing to enter this light. You feel drawn to it, and you feel like whatever you're missing wants to go in there.
I think I have to touch it.
Then do it.
Should we touch it too?
No, but what if it's his soul and if we all touch it, his soul is split up into all of us?
No, so
Okay, so
what
probably
if you do
Shandi.
Shandi touches it first.
And if he disappears, the rest jump in as soon as possible. Yeah.
Yes,
That
be
sounds
ready
good.
for something to happen. I'm gonna touch the beam.
touch it to beam.
You take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Ah!
As you feel part of what you do have in your soul enter this stream.
Oh
But
no!
at the same time, your vision here just blackens instantly. What you see is he touches it and pretty quickly pulls his hand back from the pain. But Shandi, it takes longer than that for you. You touch it, your vision goes black, and through your eye socket again, you see your hands covered in crystals loading fish onto a wagon. You look up, you see that you're in Trinty Two. And then involuntarily you look north, and then you flash back into yourself.
One of the crystal guys we fucking passed was you.
So, we
We had just asked for some rainbow fish. Hey!
this,
I like that. That's fun.
I don't think this is it, but I think I know where it is.
Where?
Back in Trinty Two.
Well, I'm already exhausted. Let's start walking.
Go.
Wait, but we came to the north also for that old man, didn't we? I mean, the young man with the eye
I just have a
Listen,
feeling he'll
if
find
we-
us anyway.
If we can,
No one ever said the man was to the north. He was just here.
if we can avoid him, that's for the better. All right?
We want to.
No, I kind of don't. He's all right. Can we talk as we walk?
Yeah, as you all sort of turn behind yourselves and appear back at the tree.
We'll do an Aaron Sorkin.
And then you do an Aaron Sorkin.
Septon's gonna try to explain to Turn what a cryptal is based on his knowledge.
Let's hear it.
All right, so you got the cryptals, right? This guy who we're dealing with is one of them.
You lost me at Cryptal.
Okay, right. Okay, so this guy is a member of the group called the Cryptals. They are an order of, like, I don't know, they show up in a bunch of old stories and fables, and they're, like, really strong, and they got, like, weird magic, and they're really good at fighting, but they also did some, like, real bad shit, and they're always kind of like... What?
So someone should stop them.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can, you know? That's the thing. They're always shown as being, in the stories, as being, like, real tough, but also, like, kind of shady, you know? That's kind of how they're portrayed in all the stories I know of them. I've only met one. He seemed... Well, I met two. One of them seemed like a good guy. The other guy seemed on edge, and that's the one who's here, I think. Pretty sure the good guy headed north. Haven't seen him.
Great, but those are just stories, so how will we know until we try? Right?
Well, stories
There's
come
also
from
5 of
somewhere.
Right, but maybe it's an exaggeration. Maybe we don't have to fight the guy, we just talk to him, be like, hey, why are you making all these bad dreams? You're really making it difficult for some people, us included, so like, please stop.
I'm a little worried he might recognize me.
Alright, we'll put you in a disguise. He won't recognize ya.
Oh, I am a different color than last time you saw me, though. So maybe that'll be enough.
What did you do?
It's true, I barely recognize
Oh,
him.
he just asked me if I had, like, seen a dude, and I was like, nah. And I hadn't. Una, we talked about this.
Yeah, but that was like weeks ago for somebody else who's controlling me.
Remember, it was the night we spent in the bar.
Yeah, but I don't see how that would make him want to come after us or suddenly create bad dreams for us. That's what I'm trying to connect.
Oh, right. I don't think he's coming after us. I just think he's gonna get suspicious if he catches us here.
Well, if he's the one who's causing bad dreams, and we've all been having bad dreams for a couple of days now, and no one else have been having bad dreams that we know of until
Kobolds.
we got to here.
The kobolds had been having bad dreams as well in Tall Spire and here.
See, Tether has short-term memory loss.
Okay, but also, when we were in town, nobody else was having those bad dreams, right? So,
All I'm saying is, I'm not trying to cross blades with a cryptal. In all the stories I know, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, thank goodness a lot of us don't use blades.
Right.
So
Well, actually, I think most of us... No, wait, most of us use blades.
technically the whip is bladed, so
Most of us use blades, I'm sorry, you're right.
How do I wind up with whip? Oh, right, my background.
right, but then didn't Brom or Elithus say that it was a cryptal who told us about this? So somebody did something to piss it off.
So the
Them off.
Bolau, second Talon Bolau told you guys that a cryptal had informed him of the Bright Futures Initiative's existence after he turned down the job that you guys were to take.
Right.
So we know it's a cryptal specifically targeting us. So what did... I feel like you saying, no, I hadn't seen this guy is a weird reason for somebody to suddenly get after us.
There must be more to it than that. The thing is, I didn't lie. He came in and he was like, have you seen anybody wounded? Is that the conversation? Yeah. He came in, he was like, you seen anybody wounded tonight? And I was like, no, this is a bar. If somebody comes into a bar bleeding, it's like, Not usually like a normal thing we just roll with. I learned that in my 1 week of employment.
Yes, Tyler.
What if you walk into it?
The coin drop really added a lot.
I'm only disappointed you beat me to it. I was about to say, I walked into a bar once and it hurt.
I thought of that. Yeah.
The exhaustion hits you all in different ways.
You get
We are
5
the
more
same
points of exhaustion.
Green team.
5 more points.
Okay. I know. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
TPK
Alright.
with exhaustion.
can anybody else think if they encountered a cryptal?
I encountered a second cryptal. I did briefly piss him off,
Oh.
but we ended on good terms.
Ooh. Was it kind of like a fake good terms, though, maybe?
I don't know. I think I asked a question that kind of upset him, but then he kind of like got why I asked it.
What'd you ask? You're being very vague.
He told me not to talk about it.
Oh, look at that. Another dark thing that told you not to talk
Oh my
about.
god, Una, we already talked about it. Do you not remember any of the night we spent together in the bar?
Ew.
Not like that.
You said it.
No.
Again.
Oh, right,
Shut-
it was the next morning. Never mind. Alright, this cryptal had a kid traveling with them, and I was just like, hey, kid, you're like, you wanna be here, right? And I think he might have been a little upset by that question, but it turned out to be all good, so there was no harm. I wanted to make sure the kid wasn't being kidnapped.
Okay, so it wasn't like that. That also doesn't sound like anything to get all. Let's fuck up their dreams now and put them in danger.
We're walking as all this happening, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
headed back. Okay.
Can you imagine if we were just having that conversation at the base of the tree?
We're just wasting all this time.
Yeah.
You're talking and walking. You're Aaron Sorkining.
Well,
I mean, if that's that, we can jump to return to Trinty Two.
Sorry, I don't remember every detail of everyone's
How
backstory.
dare you, Chelsea?
Ugh. I clearly forgot my romantic date with Septon.
No, not what it was. It's not what it was.
Septon.
Yeah,
Septon
I don't
did
think you
sleep on
ate
the floor.
dates.
Something slept on the floor. I don't want to hear chat claiming there was a shared bed.
Write your smut, chat. Write your smut.
On the floor.
Write it.
I don't
Good and
want,
juicy.
Sorry to interrupt.
I don't
Probably the worst couple.
I don't want Septon
To
Una
ship.
shipping. No, Septon Turn is another thing.
Septon Turn is fantastic. Septon Una
Has
is,
been written.
is my sleep paralysis demon.
Okay, let's rank all the
and
ships BuzzFeed style.
Una turn.
Tier list.
There's also some Una Turn that exists out there, actually. But
I can't imagine why you'd put Una and Turn together.
it's actually very entertaining to read. But regardless, you make your way back to Trinty Two. It is still sunset. It's lasting a very long time, and you are back.
What?
I think Chelsea just saw Phoenix put in chat. The floor is another name for Una. But
Una the floor.
Ah!
Last name.
not lies.
Someone else
Nobody
RP
knows
back.
Una's last name.
They call her the floor because she's supportive.
Aw.
Thanks.
Regardless, you make it back to Trinty Two. It is golden hours, I guess.
I think the best place to start looking would be by the river.
Cool. You make your way.
Unleash the river!
You begin to make your way to the river. But as you are making your way to the river, you begin... Give me a good song, please. You begin to hear screams coming from the direction of the river. Kobold screams.
Well, we should probably hurry.
They're very long, drawn-out screams.
Yeah, with a lot of words in there.
Yeah.
You run in that direction as it seems everyone else is running in the opposite direction. You sort of push through all the kobolds, and you get to that same rickety bridge that you crossed to get into the town under the big sort of dog statue. And you see standing on that bridge is a man dressed in a gray cloak with a hood up. Dark black hair covering part of the face, but not the entirety of the eye patch that he wears. He has a serrated sword covered in blood and what looks to be kobold scales, dragging on the planks behind him as he slowly approaches you. You hear commotion behind you, and you see Craigie running up, flanked by 4 crystals. 4 of the crystal entities, they look to be in their big, bulky position, and a 5th crystalline entity, one that looks a little bit familiar.
Meow.
Crikey says, "Oh, that's gotta be him. You still willing to help us?"
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Wait, real quick. Turn, do you want to try out your plan?
What was my plan?
Talk to him.
Hey, you, eat my axe.
Did you say eat my ass?
That's exactly what I said, and I threw it. I swung it in his direction.
Through that
I
dumb.
detached my ass.
Did you already?
Sent it over.
Did you already throw the axe for real?
Sure.
Okay, make an attack.
Oh,
How far away am I?
I thought we were actually going to talk to him.
Let's check how far you are.
Because
Are we gonna...
Well, you're getting a
I
map
can
here.
see
So.
very far away.
I can't see very...
No, he can't.
1 second. I can get a map for you, in fact.
Can you imagine, like, having your weapon be, like, in D&D, like, external butt implants that when you, like, detach them, they're like discuses that you can...
What if you could do it without unattaching them?
It's just the... Isn't that just the like, the Princess Peach smash move of the, like, fucking...
Exactly.
The hip hop?
So,
Ooh, that's dope.
See
Look
what
at
I see,
Crystal
right?
Shandi.
yeah, I actually spent a really long time making him.
Giving me big
Fucking
David Bowie
dope.
eyes vibes with the...
Hell yeah.
I'll post because you can't really see it because of the quality the map tool forces, but like he is made out of fractal crystals. I'll post it in the Discord later. I worked very
Make
hard.
out. Kiss.
Shandy X Shandy.
I want to see. Once they're level stuff.
Shandy X Crystal Shandy.
Maybe that's how you have to rejoin with your soul.
Oh shoot!
Gotta
you have to
make out with your
You gotta get intimate with your soul.
to the.
You gotta make a demon deal.
Is that?
1 sec. So, what?
Nothing.
I think I know the question.
What's the question?
If you make love to yourself.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll leave it.
Oh.
Is it masturbation?
Good question.
It is a good question, though.
what I was
Think about
That's
that.
once again, drop that one to the Onceler fandom.
Yeah.
We'll have to role play out that scenario and decide.
Well, you might just get to.
Hey,
So
we all get a
he's there.
crystal thing to make out with.
you do.
That kind of RP.
As you sort of look at him, he's coming towards you. This sinisterly smiling, revealing teeth that have been filed into points.
Oh, lovely.
His head cocks sideways. He says, "This should be fun," and then collapses to his knees.
Watch out for my axe.
As you say that and begin to draw back, you hear a ear-piercing scream from behind you. As you sort of instinctively turn around, you can see that the parish's still unmoving body back in the center of the town is howling in agony. And as it does so, other things begin to do so. Crikey doubles over and begins to hold his head and moan. The crystals, including Crystal Shandi, all begin to jerk erratically around in wilder and wilder motions. As you turn to look at this, once again, you hear a sound behind you, and you hear a voice say, "Oh, by Kairos' fetid beak, where am I?" You can see the cryptal sort of like looking around, pretty confused.
You're in like a weird alternate dimension.
Way.
He looks around and sees you, and he's like, I know you.
Yeah, we met briefly. Emerald Rock.
Oh, I know all of you, but I've never met any of you.
Oh, no, wait.
What?
We have met.
Well, not when I've been damn conscious. I'd recommend taking a step back, he says as he's also backing away from just the line of creatures that are howling and writhing in front of you.
Oh, cool. We're fighting. Okay, guys, new plan. We're fighting with a cryptal. But, like, on the same side as a cryptal.
He sort of shakes his head swiftly, and, like, the confusion, the sluggishness of his movement, like, snaps away as he seems to, like, snap into battle mode. He's like, ugh. Alright, this is a dangerous situation, I'd have to guess. And, lucky for you, I'd really like to beat the hell out of whatever damn body snatcher's been using me as a plaything for the past couple of months. My guess is it's over there now. And he nods his head through you to the rest of the entities.
That seems like a fair bet.
Okay, I don't understand what's happening, but if someone point me at something and I'll hit it.
Looks like we're talking after all.
I think we're gonna hit the crystal.
You also see, as the parish continues to scream, more and more crystal entities, seemingly an unending flow of them, start to make their way towards the bridge. The crypto looks around and says, okay, well, the secondary activation of my Okulo can probably get us out of here alive, but it takes time to use. I need about a minute. Can you keep me alive for that long?
This is like that part in Divinity.
Yes!
And we failed the first time.
Let's see what happened. We did. Let's see what you guys do this time.
Let's do it!
We can try, but I think we gotta kill that one before we leave.
Kill as many of them as you want. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. If I get this thing off, they'll all die anyway. If I tell you to cover your eyes, cover your eyes.
Aye. That was not supposed to be it.
Una.
That was better than mine. That was better than mine.
I don't know. I'm resorting to humor. I never do that. Can I just fight something, please?
Cool. So as he sort of takes a couple steps forward, getting closer to you, kneels down and rips off his eye patch, and you can see just like swirling black fluid where his eye normally would be begins to just like twist into different patterns and like extend outwards from his eye and back in. It's deeply unpleasant to look at. But he's just like he's kneeling and sort of murmuring under his breath as this happens. And with that, let's roll initiative. I don't know
Is multiple
family.
initiatives?
What? Oh, I don't know.
Why do we suck?
I don't know about that.
Turn.
Okay, I need to roll.
Oh, this should be disadvantage. This should also be disadvantage.
Oh.
Hey,
Well-
Shandi, what's your initiative? Yo, your normal one. I have it here. I don't need to ask you.
Yeah.
I created a Crystal Shandi thing.
Oh, no. Oh, that's why you wanted my character sheet.
Good thing he rolls like you. Jesus, you got a 6.
It's only asking if I want to hold or clear my initiative, like I already have one.
Are you on the right map?
I'm on the bridge map.
I'll check it out. 1 second. Okay. Just roll it real life and I'll set it for you.
Okay. 13.
Cool. And then set initiative for my boy Crikey. Oh. Okay. Wow.
Is Crikey also? Does he seem like he's down as well?
Crikey's not doing great as far as
Awesome.
yeah. Sort. All right. So we begin. As a matter of fact, let me move this to here. I'm never ready for combat. What it entails.
It's okay.
With
Real
my
quick.
Specific setup.
This end of the bridge goes to the town where all the crystals are coming towards us, and this end of bridge, where does that go?
That just leads out into the grassy fields, though there are crystals back there too.
Okay, that's what I was asking, if there's also coming from this end.
They're
Cool.
gonna probably be coming from all over the dang place. Cool. So we begin this combat with a turn from Crikey, and Crikey is gonna do a cute little thing here, where he's going to cast a spell, and you don't know what it is, because he casts directly in front of him, and who's to say what happened there? Septon.
Alright, so just to be clear, we're fighting the crystals?
I think so.
The Cryptal is not responding at this point. He's very focused on his task, so.
Right, I'm asking my team here.
That appears to be the case.
Alright. Dope. And are these the guys who were, resistant to thunder? No, that was the shadowy boys.
No, these guys are resistant to, immune to necrotic.
Yeah, they are immune to necrotic damage. That is the only resistance you could gather, at least.
Alright, then I will throw out the only spell I know. Right there. Can you see that square?
Sure can't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can see it.
Oh, I can.
Can everyone see it but Blake?
Dude, it's... I mean, I can see it. It's just, I can't see it. You know what I mean?
Oh. Can you see who it's hitting?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, con saves. Throwing out a little thunder wave.
These guys here, just for
Yeah.
chat to know. Alright, con
Do
save.
a little second
We'll
level
start
thunder
with
wave.
Crystal Sean D. Crystal Sean D rolled pretty good. Flaccid 20.
Yep, success.
It's gonna be a fun thing for this fight where you're gonna know exactly what I roll, Winfield, because it's your stat block. The first crystal guy gets a 17, and the last
success.
crystal guy gets an 18. So they all succeed.
Okay, those are all successes, but they're going to take half damage.
Are
So.
going to take half damage.
It's 12, half to 6.
6 across. I need to turn off that sound effect. 1 second.
None of them get knocked back.
None of them get knocked back. All right. That.
And I'll
Anything else? Yeah.
put my hand on Sean D's shoulder and be like, alright, he's your target, go get him. And drop an inspiration.
Cool. Tether.
I'm going to cast Entangle.
And Craigie is going to cast Counterspell, so your Entangle does not succeed.
I love that for me. Then I guess I bonus action Shillelagh.
Sweet, you shillelagh your little sword. As he counterspells. And as he counterspells, you see something enlightened in him. It seems as though counterspelling is a thing that he likes to do.
Does he have one of those counterspell bracelets that
No,
those assholes
he just
did?
has a feature that procs off of counterspell. Una.
Alright, can I see Crikey, or is he, like,
You can see
shorter
him.
than the
Yeah, you can.
crystal?
Well, I mean, he's probably gonna have some cover, but you can technically.
You know what?
see him.
I'll just throw shit at the crystals for now. Crystal creature OG right in front of me.
Right in front of you.
Gonna throw a Psy Blade.
Nice.
No. Maybe 13.
13 does not hit. They seem to
No,
be
it
in their
doesn't.
big, bulky, hard to
Big
hit
boy
forms.
mode.
Yeah.
Then another, please.
All right.
Okay, 18.
18 will not hit. Bing! Right off.
Well, I'm gonna be useless this fight. Bye, guys. Fuck this.
Shandi.
All right. I am not gonna drop my die under my desk.
Okay, you can't say that when you've already done it.
I'm gonna shift,
Cool.
and then I'm gonna move in on Crystal Shandi,
All right, go for it.
and that's gonna be I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade.
All right.
That's probably not a hit.
Well,
9.
nope.
Yeah.
Does not hit. As you cast Green Flame Blade and you go to, I assume you're attacking with the stinger.
No, my rapier.
Oh, perfect. You go to attack with your rapier, and a crystalline rapier whips up and blocks in exactly the way you normally would have.
When have I ever blocked anything?
Well, in theory.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that's me.
All right, the crystal creatures are gonna go. This one is going to run. They're pretty much just gonna bum rush you.
Yeah.
All right, and then they're going to take their attacks that they can do. Or I should say, attack that they can do. So against Septon, that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. So that is 10 points of necrotic damage. And it seems to heal for a portion of that damage. You know, the way they do. Oh.
How many minutes do we have to last?
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Oh boy, that's a lot of rounds.
Alright, Una. 10 to hit.
Miss.
Figured. Tether, that is a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And Turn, that's a 7 to hit. Yeah, so I assume that misses you too.
Yeah, misses.
So that's nothing. Crystal Shandi is going to counter around, sort of duck under any of your blades in sort of an unnatural way, and then try to stab its rapier out towards you, Shandi. Oh, rolls like you too. 9. That's very
Nope.
funny, actually. Okay.
Awesome.
And then it's
Oh.
gonna shift,
Oh no.
and that's the end of its turn.
As it turns in, I'm gonna use my shift ability to move back by 5 feet.
Cool. Turn.
I am going to. No. Yeah, what the heck? I'll cast Fairy Fire.
All right. Draw me that little square it's gonna be in.
It's gonna be a 20-foot cube, so I think I can hit everybody, all the enemies, with
Cool.
how they're currently positioned. Yep. So everybody makes a Dexterity save, DC 12.
Okay, so Crikey will go first. Crikey rolled a natural 14, so that's a success. Does this? Okay, but something in front of Crikey, in the square directly in front of him, is covered in the fairy fire. It looks to be in the shape of a dog. It is invisible. It's not so invisible anymore.
Spicy.
Sean Diamond. Sean Shining Diamond.
Is this Steven Universe?
No, it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Dex save, you say?
Like the same show,
That's
right?
a 10.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Yeah, okay, so Sean Diamond fails. One next to Septon, natural 14, success. A 10 from the next one, natural 19, and a fucking, what do we get there? 5. Okay, so Sean D fails.
The one in front of Una and the one in front of Turn.
Just gonna put a little red dot on him like that. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. And then the one in front of Turn also fails. As well as, I don't really have a token for this, but let me find one. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I didn't think you were gonna be able to see this thing. So I don't have a token, but we'll put a little shadow creature out here. That's the dog.
The more visibility there is, the more I'm tempted to take the fighting style. It gives me 10 feet of blind sight. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's all I got, though. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, and that is the end of round 1 as we head back to Crikey. And my laptop refuses to charge despite being plugged in. Very good. Crikey is going to do some spellcasting, because that's what he does best. Yeah, that'll do it. He is going to cast Snillock's Snowball Swarm right here. So that is going to be Tether, Una, and Turn. All need to make dexterity saving throws. Uh,
15.
15!
21.
Okay, you all succeed and take half damage from these snowballs just popping out behind you. So 9 total, halved to 4. F. That's a second level spell. Yep. 4 points of cold damage. Cool.
I made my concentration check. Save.
Right.
Concentration save. I will Hellish Rebuke that, however.
Cool. Save from him, Dex?
Dex save. DC 9. Let's see him make that.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely. That's
Okay, still takes half damage.
way
so-
more than 18.
Alright, that's 20 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
Fire.
Alright, halved, because he's a red dragonborn.
And then halved again because he made the save.
Yep, so 5.
5.
Nice.
Cool.
Worth.
And he's not concentrating on anything. Septon!
You know, every fight, I'm like, I won't just stand there casting Thunderwave.
And yet,
When you stack them all up like this, I mean,
you're on a bridge.
how can I not hit them? Can you see the square this time? I changed its color.
Yes, I can see that square.
Alright, that's who
Nice.
we're hitting. Con saves.
Dog doesn't have to, because it cannot be harmed.
Oof, that's a shame.
Yep.
Thanks.
Can he be knocked back?
No.
Damn.
Ooh, Crystal Shandi with the natural 1.
Yeah. Classic Shandy move.
This is Dex or Con? I don't remember.
This is Con.
Cool. Con, these guys are good at that. 17 from the first crystal guy.
Pass.
14 from the second crystal guy.
That is a pass.
Cool. And 17 from the last crystal guy.
Okay, so they'll pass still. Well, Shandi fails.
Shandi fails.
Crystal Shandi fails. Everybody else is going to take half damage.
What's new?
So that's 14 for Crystal Shandi
Okay, 14.
and half of 7 for the other guys.
Motherfuckers. Okay, and 10 feet back?
10 feet back for Crystal Shandi. Honestly, I wasn't looking for damage there. I was looking to kind of...
Well, I
Push
don't
your
know.
boy
I don't know
back.
if you know this about Shandi, but he dies really quick.
Yeah.
He's not dead yet. Boy's really approaching single digits already.
That's why I roll every fight.
Yep. All right. Anything else from you, Septon?
I think I'm good.
All right,
Can't
Tether.
I'm gonna have a fun turn of wild shaping,
Ooh.
which takes my action. Not wild shaping,
But
wild
you're-
shaping. I mean, yeah,
Your
it's
spores.
symbiotic entity.
You release
Yeah,
your spores.
yeah. And that's my action.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, Septon got hit, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I took some damage.
Then I'll bonus action healing word.
Thank you.
No problem.
Cool.
7.
Thank you.
7 heals.
And that is my turn.
Buddha.
All right, this boy in front of me, he glowing?
He is. He got that fairy fire on him.
So that's a unnatural 20.
That'll hit.
Yay. And do I get sneak attack because I had
You
advantage?
sure do.
Sorry.
You cut out. I didn't even hear it.
Oh, I just got a piercing.
Yeah, it was like a train whistle.
Oh.
Sorry.
If Una did that, I think those crystals would shatter.
Shattered. It just popped. Yeah.
Supposedly,
What's my sneak attack now? 2, probably.
Yeah, it's still 2.
supposedly Discord cuts out loud noises.
Yeah, it did for me.
So if you start
Yeah.
raging, it'll mute you.
I miss
And it's
being a
taking her
sorcerer.
next level.
I miss my
and-
shatter spell. It would be so useful with these guys.
Ah,
Super
fuck.
wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's only gonna be
I had to stop dropping shit.
10 points.
You and
10
Winfield.
points. Cool.
Okay, and I hit again.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. No advantage though, right? Because only the next hit.
Nope, you still have advantage because fairy fire.
Fairy fire.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's just every attack.
Dopey dope. Well, no. Nope, no, that won't count. 15.
15 does not hit. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from you?
No.
Sean D.
All right. I am gonna use my Stinger's special attack on this whole line of boys.
Oh, yeah, you sure will, huh? All right, roll it.
I really want this to work.
Do you roll individually
Oh.
or one attack roll? I don't
It's,
Thought it was individual.
I think it's individually. But, first one is going to be an 18.
Miss.
Alright. Second one,
The advantage.
oh, cool. Second one's going to be a not natural 20.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Third one is gonna miss because that's a 13.
Cool. And the last one you have advantage as well.
Last one. That's 15.
15 misses. All right, so you hit
Okay.
the one in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know. How is? I guess is the dragging just not gonna work then?
Dragging
since-
isn't gonna work. No.
Okay.
You just stab through, and you see the poison energy in the stinger like shoot forward, but it probably only makes it to the second guy. We'll flavor it that way, which is why you didn't hit the other two.
Okay, so that is 8 piercing damage, plus 3 poison damage,
All right.
and then at the start of, or is it the start or the end of each turn?
It'll say on the item sheet.
Yeah. At the start of each turn, he's gonna take 1d4 poison damage until he passes a con save, DC 13.
Cool. Sounds good. Anything else from you there?
Let me measure something quick. Yeah, I am gonna do something else. I'm gonna action surge, turn and face Crystal Shandi, Crikey in the dog and cast Burning Hands.
And Crikey is going to counterspell your Burning Hands.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Alright. That's it then.
Cool. 1 second, let me mark that off on his spell sheet. Cool. The crystals. You notice that these crystals are moving a lot more sluggishly and less deftly than normal, and it doesn't seem that they are actually able to transition in the way that they used to be able to. Whatever is operating these crystals now doesn't really know how to do that in the same way that is whatever was operating it in the past, it seems, because they're stuck in their big beefy forms. But we'll start over with turn. This guy is going to try to slam at you. Probably not gonna hit. 12 to hit turn. If you're saying stuff, you're muted.
No. 12 misses.
Cool. Against Tether, not that much better. 14.
No.
Okay, against Una, natural 20. Sorry.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
And against probably Septon still, yeah, is an 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
You're not sorry.
Against you, Una, he rolled shit, so you're fine.
Yeah.
9 points of necrotic damage, and it is going
That's
to...
not shit. That's a lot.
He rolled a 2, so... And he's gonna heal a little bit there. And Septon against you. 14 points of necrotic damage.
Oh boy, oh
He's
boy.
gonna heal a lot there.
Is it time for Rip Septon?
Oh, I did that wrong. I keep damaging them an extra time instead of healing them.
No, that's fine.
No, it's not.
Back to the Primal Grove with another one.
Yeah.
Good luck.
We're
Cool.
back.
Crystal Shandi is going to bonus action second wind.
Yep.
He rolled a 1. Okay, it's fine. He's gonna heal up a little bit, and then he is going to run down to you and try to stab you again. Oh, that'll probably fucking hit. That is an 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. That 14 points of necrotic damage. Looks like he is healed a little bit there. He's then gonna action surge and do it again. 18 to hit.
I'm gonna cast Shield as a reaction.
Cool. Nice. So that one bounces off. As it this crystal creature that looks like you emotionally stares back. Emotionlessly stares back is what I meant.
No, emotionally.
He's
You could cut the sexual tension with a knife.
He's got a big tear. But that is the end of his turn if you are doing your thing.
I'm not doing my thing this time.
Cool. Turn.
I'm going to start my turn with just a hand axe attack.
Okay.
Oh, I have advantage. Let me roll it again.
Sure do.
17.
17 does not hit.
Alright, cool. I'm just gonna do an offhand attack with it then.
Cool. You hit and then you throw it to the other hand and hit again.
I can draw as part of my attack, so I just draw my other one.
Uh-oh.
Other one's a 19.
19 hits, yes.
Nice. Alright, so he is going to take... I don't get bonus damage to this. 6 points of non-magical damage.
That's fine.
And then the birds are going to try and push the one in front of me back.
Okay.
So it makes the strength saving throw DC 12.
I doubt that that is a success, but I will check. Strength saving throw. Ooh, 11.
Awesome.
Just
I move it
barely.
15 feet to the right.
Cool. As it falls into the lake.
I was so hoping someone would do that.
And I'm going to I'm gonna stay right here for now. That's it for me.
Yeah, the crystal creature just is submerged in the lake and sinks beneath. It doesn't seem to be around anymore. All right, but at the top of the next turn, that's not right.
Uh-oh.
It's not a demon. That's not what we want. You.
I don't want anything there.
Well. We got another crystal guy coming in here.
Okay.
No.
Cool. Crikey is going to take his turn. Crikey is going to toll the dead on you, Septon. So I believe
Cool.
that's a save.
Yes, that is.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Hang on. Alright, something's a little wrong with my character sheet.
Yeah.
My wisdom saving throw says 9. I don't think that's right. I'm gonna
What's
assume
9 or?
No, that's the thing. That's how I know it's a typo. It just says 9. So I'm gonna assume it's the -1 I have in wisdom. I'm gonna assume it's the
Cool.
-1 and not 9.
Bards. 2 bards.
Oh, that's a 0.
Cool. You're gonna take 2d12 damage. So
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1.
22 points of necrotic damage.
Down.
Yep. Figured.
Would
Wow,
leave
that was quick.
and let Septon die and let his
All right,
friend
Septon, death save.
take care of it.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
death save. Yeah, this is my turn, isn't it? Natural 20.
Hey, 2 successes. Tether.
Bonus action, healing word, Septon. 9.
9. Let's
Nine
go.
health.
9.
Obviously, thank you, but also kind of a waste of a nat 20.
Aren't you sure that Crikey doesn't want to counterspell that healing word?
What? No, he's fine.
Okay.
No, legitimately, he's got 1 spell slot to counterspell with left. He's saving it.
Sorry, I was also being a pain.
What was that,
Okay, but I have a rules
Trying to
where I
get you
have to
killed?
be consistent both ways.
No,
You
that's
know,
fair.
whether it helps or hurts.
So yeah, 9 HP to you. Anything else from you, Tether? Sorry, I heard the ice cream truck. I heard the ice cream truck.
Which one of you has an ice cream truck coming through your neighborhood?
Is it coming from
I think
me?
it might be you, Winfield.
I
Yeah.
can't hear because of my headphones right now, but yeah, there's like an 8 p.m. ice cream truck that circles my block for some reason.
Interesting. I didn't know there was a thing in Philly.
I don't think it is. I think it's
Not
like
to
a
dox you.
cryptid.
Child Snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from you?
Well, yeah, I want to stay up here because everyone is dying up here, but also we have to protect this guy. So, I'll take the attacks of opportunity and move.
2 coming your way.
Yep,
16
hits.
and 13.
Misses.
Cool. So-
Not to be rules lawyer, but would you know that there's another one coming?
Yeah, it's loud.
Okie dokie. Only because I was thinking of that same thing.
What is with all these inner saboteurs?
That is 15 points of necrotic damage to you.
Holy
I really
shit.
want to see
He rolled
this.
max.
This would have been half my health
He
if
rolled-
not for these temporary.
He rolled maximum on damage there. And he heals a little bit.
Yeah. 10, 30.
Cool.
And that's my turn.
Great, Una.
Alrighty. Fairy Fire lasts for 1 turn? 1 round?
No.
As long as I'm got it.
Oh!
He's
I got it
concentrating.
up.
I was thinking, I must have been thinking about something else. Beautiful, then. Alright, Mr. Boy in front of me Two 11s. So 16.
Miss.
Yeah. Fuck you. Then I'll try again. Okay, 23. Thank
That'll
you.
hit.
There we go.
And sneak
There
attack.
we go. A whole D4
Plus sneak attack.
plus sneak attack, definitely.
Did the one Crystal Boy roll for his poison damage?
He hasn't gone again yet.
Oh, okay.
Just a little better. 13 points of psyche damage.
13 points. And also, Winfield, you're super right. They go right after you. He should have.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll that now?
Okay. Where's my D4? 3 poison damage.
3 poison damage. Thing is still standing, but it's being held together by dreams at this point. Anything else from you, Una?
Sorry, I was shaking my head because I was chewing.
Sorry, I can't see you guys at the moment. Sean D, you're up.
Okay. Well, since he's right here, I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade on my other self.
Okay.
So that is gonna be, I think, 18
All
to
right.
hit.
He's going to cast Shield.
All right, and then I'm gonna,
Not take that hit.
and then I'm gonna bonus action and second wind myself.
Cool.
Cool. A nice little 6 damage or 6 health back.
All right, roll D4 again. Unless, yeah, roll D4 for the crystal guy again.
Yep,
For the damage.
it's another 2 damage.
2 damage. Cool. All right. This one is going to chase after Tether. So that's 2 attacks of opportunity if Una and Turn want to take them.
I think I will. I have no other better reactions to hold on to, so yeah.
Cool. Go for it.
With advantage. I got 19.
19 will hit.
Oh god, I'm sorry guys. This one, it wasn't hit by... The one in front of me wasn't hit by,
They're very far, yeah.
Fairy
Okay.
Fire.
I don't get any
Sorry.
bird stuff on this one.
Okay. You still do some damage, though.
I do 4 points of damage.
Nice! Una, you want to take a shot at him?
Yes, please. Well, that was a 1. However, you know the drill. That's a
wins.
natural 20!
Nice crit. All right, go ahead and roll some
Baby,
damage.
baby, baby, blah, 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 bam! Come on, big money. No!
Love that one.
Terrible money! Does 6.
6 damage. Well, damage.
It's the
That
damage.
is as far as it can make it with its speed. So, this one's gonna attack you again, Una, and then this one's gonna attack you again, Septim, because it's been having a good time doing that. We'll get to that, but first, 5, 10, 15, this one will attack Tether.
Do it!
Alright, we'll start with Una. Non-natural 20. 6 points of necrotic damage.
Thanks.
And it heals a little bit.
I'm so happy for it.
I did not do 4 points of damage to that one.
Yeah? How much did you do?
0. I would have missed. I forgot that it's not fairy fired, and I know Michael said that when I rolled, and it didn't click in my mind what was happening.
Well, I don't want to do the math, so you did do 4 points of damage to it.
Okay, I'll skip my attack next turn.
Don't do that. Crystal Creature's gonna attack you, Septon. That's a 7.
7 does not hit, thank
Figured.
God.
And the last one is going to attack you, Tether. That is a 17.
Hits!
That is 8 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Already done with those temporary hit points, and we back in it, baby.
Crystal Shandi is gonna go. And he is going to turn in Burning Hands towards Septon and Una. He will also be hitting the crystal creatures, but that doesn't seem to matter to him. So I believe that is dex saves from the two of you.
What a mean.
Alright. Now I have this written on my character sheet.
Why don't you have the other one written?
I don't know why it says 9.
17.
Okay. And Septon?
22.
22. I assume both of those succeed. I didn't write down the spell save. Winfield.
Oops.
Sorry, what were those again?
17 and 22.
Yeah, those both succeed.
Figured. Alright, so that would be 9 points of fire damage halved to 4 points of fire damage from the Burning Hands. Oh, these guys have to make saves as well. Forgot. Fail. Big fail. Alright, so he's going to take 9 points of fire damage. Is that enough? Yep. He is gone. The one in front of you, Una, no longer with us. This one is going to take 9 points of fire damage, and you can see the fire start to bounce around inside its crystalline shell.
It's a party.
Yep. It also seems to be glowing brighter. Turn!
Oh,
Alright,
God.
which one's bouncing around inside its crystalline shell?
The one that got...
The one by me.
The one by Septon that got hit by fire.
Okay.
Yep.
Tether, how you doing over there?
We're on round 4, by the way. Or, we're about to be on round 4. After turn.
I'm doing good. I'm trying to protect this guy. I don't have his name. You can keep helping the people up there. I think Septon needs it.
Alright.
Thank you.
I have 2 ideas.
Flip a coin.
You're right, I'll roll for it. No, I think I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm going to... So that guy... Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go for this, the one who's running towards the cryptal. I'm going to turn and throw a hand axe.
Alright.
Do not have advantage. That's only a 10. So
Miss.
then I'm going to offhand throw my second hand axe. After this, since I'm down to daggers and javelins. And that was an 11. Miss and a miss. And then I'm going to step to here.
Alright.
And that's everything I do on my turn.
Alright, Crikey's turn. What's Crikey want to do? Let me peruse real quick, because he's got a number of spells he could do.
Crikey want a cracker. Is that what you just said?
You say?
Who did
I didn't
this?
say that.
Okay. Crikey is gonna cast Slow.
Oh, I hate this spell.
Don't worry, it can't reach you.
I know. I just feel bad for my companions.
Yeah. So the spell, so Slow is gonna hit everybody sort of on the north side of this battle here, including his 3 guys who are in it. I need
How do selected targets? I'm sorry.
6 creatures of your choice. Oh, thank you. Okay, the 4 of you need to make wisdom saving throws.
I got a 16.
That's a success.
11.
That's a fail.
7.
7's a fail, and a 4 is a fail. Alright, Septon, you're good. Everyone else, you have a -2 penalty to your AC and dexterity saving throws, and you can't use reactions. On your turn, you can either do an action or a bonus action, not both.
Oh, my offhand attacks. Ugh.
Your speed is the same, though, I guess. So.
Yeah, it doesn't. The spell doesn't make sense.
Weird.
Also, if you cast a spell, some shit'll happen. So let me know if you're gonna do that. But yeah, that's that for you guys. Septon, you're fine though,
Cool.
and it's your turn even.
I'm gonna use the whip, and I'm gonna try to hit Crystal Creature 3.
Cool.
He's in range, right?
Of your whip, yeah.
3. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Where are my dice? There they are. That's 6 slashing, 3 thunder.
Cool. 9 points of damage to this guy as a big chunk of him gets just cracked off with your whip.
And then Crystal Creature. I'm gonna spin the whip at the Crystal Creature 1.
Cool.
So I need a Wisdom save from him.
I guess not good. 10. Yep.
That's failure. So disadvantage on tax and dex saves until the end of the next turn. Did he already? No, he didn't.
No, he
already
hasn't
have
gone.
that. And then I'm gonna move away from him.
All right.
No. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I don't have the health to risk that.
Okay.
I do not have the health to risk that. I'm gonna have to stay where I am.
Tether.
I'm going to try and cast Moonbeam
All
in the
right.
5-foot radius, right here to hit Crystal Shandi and Crikey.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think Moonbeam's hits like 4 blocks total, right?
I thought it's 5-foot radius.
Yeah. The way we've been ruling it, it would be able to work like that.
Oh, okay.
The way we've been drawing it so far, at least.
Yeah, if you want to look it up, we can do it for.
I am cool to not do that.
Oh, also, a shape changer, like a shifter, makes its saving throw as disadvantage. If it fails, it instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
One second. I drew too many of these. But that is your Moonbeam there. And they make the save when their turn starts, right?
Yes.
Cool. Una.
Alright. Then I'm going to. So. Action or bonus action? For slowed?
Action or bonus action for slowed.
But I've
Yes.
still got movement. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're good on movement.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna aim a dagger at Crystal Creature 3.
Cool.
We'll see how it goes. Let's get my dice tray level. Not that that'll help. Yeah, no, 7.
7. You feel sluggish as you try to
Yeah.
throw it.
And then I'm gonna start. Hello? Can I not drag her?
Oh, you might not have access. That's my bad.
We've gone this far into the fight without moving.
Well, Tether
Well,
was.
you're the only one I haven't given access yet because you weren't here when I was giving out access. You should be able to move her now.
Okay. Turn.
Sorry, I like seeing myself on
I
screen.
know you do. Fucking Leos. And then I'm gonna start making my way down here.
Cool.
That'll be it.
Nice. Easy enough. Shandi.
All right. Crystal Boy's getting a poke.
Which one?
Crystal Shandi.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that's a 0.
Woof. Anything else? Well, you can't actually.
Nope.
Cool. Crystal creature number 1 is going to try to punch Septon again, because that's been working out pretty well for him actually.
He's missed once. Let's hope he does it again.
11.
That's a miss.
Alright. Crystal Shandi, his shifter, I guess, ability goes away, but he's still Shandi. You know, like Shandi, how you shift and you get those bonuses. He had that.
No, it doesn't fail. It only fails if he fails the DC. He only unshifts, yeah.
Well then,
but he has disadvantage.
We'll make. He does have disadvantage, yeah, because he's a shifter. Cool. So it's a what kind of save again?
Con.
Con save at disadvantage. Ooh, that's a 6. So he takes the
failed.
damage and unshifts. He's still Sean D though. He didn't shift
Yeah.
into Sean D. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I figured. And then 2d10. $13 points of radiant damage.
13 points of radiant damage. I didn't mean to move that guy. 13 points of radiant damage to Crystal Sean D. 13. Oh, he's not looking awesome. Cool. Well. He's just gonna stab Sean D again. There's no intelligence behind his eyes, so.
Wait,
I should
also-
say. Yeah?
Did Crystal Creature 3 and 2 go?
They didn't. Thank you. I'll take. Yeah, okay. We've done his damage, but I'll take Crystal Creature 3 and 2's turn. Alright, this guy is going to make it down to here. He's going to try to punch the Cryptal. 6. Okay. So he's now at the Cryptal, and he's swinging. Crystal Creature number 2 is going to try to punch you. Tether. Yeah.
Hit me, baby.
Yeah. High 20s. High 20s.
No, it's actually a ranged thing, so it doesn't hit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
8 points of necrotic.
Okay, 1 second. Let's see if Crystal Sean D actually took that damage. He did, okay.
Cool. Crystal Sean D is going to stay in the same place, though, and he's just going to try to stab normal Sean D again. 15. Oh, Crystal Creature number 1 was supposed to do something else. I just forgot. 21 to hit you, Sean D.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So he hits you once again with his Crystal Rapier. Rolls maximum fucking damage.
Good.
14 necrotic damage.
Awesome.
And heals a little bit. Okay. Turn. Yeah, we'll do that. Turn.
So what is going on here? Like, how far of a drop is this? 2 feet?
Yeah, I mean it slopes up a little. So at the very edge there, it's maybe 5 feet. One square down, it's 10 feet. The next square down, it's 20 feet.
But I also want to keep the dude in the moonbeam. I also don't want this guy to do whatever he's doing. So I guess I'm just going to turn and throw a javelin towards this guy right here.
All right, go for it.
I throw my javelin. I roll a 12. I miss.
You
I
do.
am slowed, so that's all I got.
All right, at the end of the turn, Crystal Creature number 1 will explode from the fiery energy that it kept inside it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Pushed him back. That would have been a smart move too.
Yeah.
I can't
But-
do these things.
It didn't use its Arcane Conductor ability, so it only damages itself.
Oh.
Arcane Conductor of the
Cool.
pain train.
That's why I was mad at myself, because I forgot to use it, and that would have been really good in this position, but...
Yeah, that probably would have been me dead.
Takes
Two.
11 points of damage as the arcane energy becomes too much for him to bear, and he just... in inner parts of him exploding. Guys, you're halfway there. Okay, Crikey at the start of his turn needs to make a save, but
Yeah.
he is going to use his War Mage ability to add plus his reaction and his War Mage ability, Arcane Deflection, to add 4 to his saving throw when he makes it. I don't think it matters. That's an 11. That's an 11.
It doesn't.
Yeah, he added 4. Okay, cool.
War Mage, more like Whore Mage.
Yeah, War Mage isn't very good. I thought it'd be a fun
Ooh.
class to play around with, but it's kind of sucks actually.
18 radiant damage.
That's a lot of damage. All right, he's gonna make a concentration check on keeping slow up. He rolled a 4. So, you are no longer slowed. He is no longer concentrating on the slow spell. He's not the most happy about that. So what he is going to do is take a step over here.
I cry.
You gonna cry, you little piss baby? He's gonna take a step over there, and then he is going to... Are you close enough? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... 60. You are. Toll the dead, you, Tether. Wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, biatch. I'm good at those. 18.
Success. Nothing happens. You hear a bell sound around your ears.
Is it pretty?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Thank you.
Septon, your turn.
I'm gonna hit Crystal Creature 1 with the whip.
Cool.
With the flick of the wrist.
Oh.
Sorry.
16.
16 does not hit.
Then make him make a wisdom save, because I don't want him to hit me.
He makes a wisdom save. 10 again.
That's a failure. He has disadvantage. Whistling whip stuff. He has disadvantage on
Sounds good.
attacks.
Tether.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to just double checking if this is a bonus action. It is. Okay, so my turn is as follows. I'm going to re-up my symbiotic entity. And then bonus action, move my moonbeam 1 over.
Cool.
Should I move it? Yeah, I'll do that.
You'll move your moonbeam 1 over. Let me redraw it. There you go. New moonbeam.
Thank you.
Moonbeam?
It's New Moonbeam, trademark for New Moon by Stephanie Meyer.
You notice the moonbeam doesn't affect this fairy fire dog at all. So.
Yeah, I figured, but...
Not that it's done literally anything, but that's okay. Alright, anything else from you?
No, that's my action and bonus action.
Una, you are no longer slowed.
Woo! Gonna scooch you closer
Cool.
and be like, hey, mess with me, please.
Cool. I'm not gonna grant you sneak attack because this guy is not threatening the guy, if that makes sense. He's your ally, but he is doing something else right now.
I see. That's fine, I suppose. Should have gone for the one by Tether then. But, 17.
No, that was
Does
good.
not hit.
Yeah.
But it's
Deadly.
it's as you sort of stab up with your psionic ember, it sort of bounces off of the just broad chest area of this shiny
Can't
guy,
hit-
and it turns its attention towards you.
Hit these guys. Well, okay. That's mostly my goal. Nope, the other one doesn't hit either. That'll be like a 11.
Sure does seem to be looking at you now, though.
Hee. You'll have to catch me first.
All right.
Bye. That's it.
Sean D.
Would love to roll above a 0. Hey. That's a flaccid 20.
Okay, shield again.
Nice.
You do know he's out of spell slots at this point, but
Yeah. Alright, I guess it's my turn. Do I roll anything for slow, or does that just stay forever?
No, you don't have it
it's
anymore.
gone. The guy's no longer concentrating on it.
Oh.
Tether popped him with a moonbeam, so he's not. Crikey ain't casting slow anymore. So you can do other stuff if you want.
Well, not much other stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've sort of used up all my resources. That's it for me then.
Cool. Alright, crystal creature time. First, the one that already exploded is gonna try to punch you again, Septon, because that's what it likes to do best.
He's at disadvantage.
It's not gonna need disadvantage. Wow, a 4 and a 5. Okay, so 10 to hit.
No, that's gonna miss.
Not 10. 9 to hit.
Good, still gonna miss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them long fights. Alright, this one's gonna attack you, Una. 19.
Yeah,
15 points of necrotic damage.
I'm down.
Cool. And it heals. Alright, Crystal... No, the one next to Tether is gonna punch. 7. Christ.
No.
Crystal Sean D is going to make a rapier attack at you. I don't think he's gonna hit you. 14.
Nope.
Yep. You boom, parry his rapier away. You're fighting in pretty much the exact same way that he's fighting, so... This is round 5, by the way. It's about to be round 6, though, after Turn's turn, which is right now.
Turn's turn. Yikes. I guess I'm just going to whip 2 daggers at Crystal Creature 3.
Cool.
And hope that one of them hits. So, first dagger. I rolled a 11. Second dagger.
miss.
I rolled a 6.
Both miss. The 11 bounces off it, though, and it's turned towards you now.
And then... That's it. That's all I got.
Cool. Round 6. Crikey has to make a save again. He's gonna do his reaction thing. Because he can. To add 4.
Wait, last round he did that reaction thing and he did a counter spell?
No, he didn't counterspell last
He
time.
didn't count his
He hasn't counterspelled in a very long time.
Oh, for some reason I thought he counterspelled on Shandi's
No.
turn, but
No, I got blocked by myself.
Shield. Yeah,
Oh,
Shandi's
yeah,
Crystal
no.
Shandi's shielded. No, he rolls a natural 1, so he does not succeed on the save regardless. So he'll take some more damage from you, Tether.
16.
16
Points of radiant.
Radiant damage. Ooh, he's not looking great. So he's at this point really mad, so he's gonna run forward, and he is going to try to toll the dead on you again, Tether. No, actually moved.
16.
16. That is a success. No toll the dead, but he's gonna move up next to turn, so it makes it harder.
Oh, why did he do that?
Because he doesn't want to get hit by a fucking moonbeam.
I know, I wanted you to keep it that way.
Septon.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna use a bonus action to yell at Una.
What are you gonna yell? Huh?
Una, get up!
Fuck you.
It's classic shit. That's all I ever do. That's 6 health. You're back in the fray. That's my bonus action.
Cool.
As an action, I'll hit CC1.
CC1, go for it.
Oh no, it's a 16.
Doesn't hit. Doesn't at all.
Cool. That's
right.
my turn.
Tether.
I'm gonna bonus action move my moonbeam down 1.
Cool. I can do that. What else while I do that?
I guess I'll try to hit Crystal Creature 2. I haven't used Shillelagh once.
I
cast it in the first round, but then
Yeah.
that misses.
Cool. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Cool. Just for...
Plus, I said plus stuff, but I'm figuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Una.
Hey, let's do the only thing I can do. And
Step.
step. Yeah, 16.
Miss.
Of course. Well, another nope. 12.
Double miss, and he's looking at you now. Sean D.
Fine, as long as he's off my friend.
Let's try this, 8th time in a row. Maybe things will be different. They won't. That's a 7.
I think you know that misses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he can't do his shifter thing to run away, so.
I just want to say that I just received a private message from someone in chat. All it says is Sean D's nuts.
Got him. Thanks,
Very
Rob.
good.
Absolutely, Rob, wouldn't it?
We don't know that. We don't
Yeah.
know that.
Keep in mind, Shanti, you do have inspiration that you haven't used.
No, I used it.
Oh,
I don't think I said that I used it, but
okay.
it was one of those hits that I actually did hit, and then he
And
shielded.
he shielded.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, anything else from you then?
Nope, that's it.
All right, crystal creature number 1 is gonna make a save. Wisdom?
Con.
On. Oh, he actually might make this. 17.
He does. He's gonna take half damage. $16, half to 8.
Cool. 8 points. Radiant damage. It's not looking great. But it's gonna try to punch Septon to make up for that. Wow.
Please no.
It's a 9, so.
Oh, thank God.
Alright, that's the end of his turn. Crystal creature number 3 coming at you, Una. 11.
No.
Increase the other crystal creature coming at you, Tether. 11.
No.
Not a good round
No.
for these guys. Alright. Crystal Sean D, Rapier. Right at you, Sean D. Normal.
Yep.
Sean D, regular.
Non-D.
13 to hit.
No.
So yeah, right now you're sort of going back and forth, just like doing hanging parries across each other. Both of you fight exactly the same, so you're easily able to counter any attacks that come at you. Turn.
Who do I want to help here in this situation? I'm just gonna turn and take the shove action against this guy right next to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna push him.
Okay.
He has to make an acrobatics or athletics
Acrobatics
check.
or athletics, not something that he's particularly good at.
I have disadvantage and I crit failed, so I think he'll be fine.
Well, let's see if he crit fails. Nah, I mean he gets a 9, but yeah. You try to push him, but you end up falling prone yourself instead. As
Ow.
You try to push this like brick shithouse of a dragonborn, and your feet slide out from under you. You land face first.
When they say brick shithouse, were the bricks laid with shit?
No, it's
a toilet.
it's a toilet. Yeah, it's like an
Toilets
outhouse
are not made of brick.
bricks.
Mine makes more sense.
It's an outhouse.
The
made of brick.
house is made
Oh.
of brick. Yeah,
Oh, I just usually see those made out of wood.
yeah, but this one's a brick shithouse.
Oh. See, this entire time I thought, the cement in between the bricks. I thought it was just like goopy and brown.
Gross.
It's actually a wooden outhouse, but it's a place where you go and you need to shit bricks.
Oh, that
There we
I
go.
can take that.
Shit brick.
Alright, if I'm prone, I'm going to use 15 feet of my
Yeah.
movement to stand back up.
Easy
and
enough.
then I am going to beep bop on over to here.
Oh. I see what you're doing.
And
Anything else?
No.
No bonus action?
No, I can't do a bonus action if I try to shove, so
Alright.
that's all she wrote.
It's Cranky's turn. I was looking something up.
The hell was the point of that dog?
I figured if you went into melee
if you
range.
get close to the dog, it does some shit to you. Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Nobody
damn, is that just like a red herring?
No, it's a level. He used his level 4 spell slot on something that has not affected the battle in the slightest.
Is it Guardian of Faith?
No,
Oh.
It's
Mordenkainen's
Mordenkainen
faithful
Pound.
hound. Yeah.
Oh.
Never seen anybody drop that spell before, and I don't think I will today.
You did, but it didn't do anything. He is going to slam his staff on the ground.
Please don't.
In this space next to you, turn. Gimme. And a giant earthen hand is gonna pull up out of it and try to grab you. Make a strength saving throw.
I don't think he can because it's the initiative tracker says it's my turn. So.
Oh, did I
Quite
get it
odd,
3
that.
times. Weird.
I rolled a 14.
14, you succeed.
Hey.
so nothing happens. Oh. Well, there's a hand there now. Let's move the fake dog. There's now a big earthen hand next to you. You could see the staff glow as he did that. And that's
that dick.
all he can fucking do. Septon.
You know what? Oh no, that. Yeah, you know what? We'll give this a shot. We'll take the risk here. I'm gonna drop a thunder wave. That's gonna be positioned in such a way that it will hit Crikey, but not turn.
You gotta move for that, don't you?
No, it'd be like there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, he's gonna do his reaction thing to... No, yeah, I know, because he didn't do it this turn because he wasn't a moonbeam. He's gonna add 4 to his,
Okay, con save.
But, yeah.
Just
Not the best at con saves, so...
Yep.
19.
Oh, come on.
Still gonna do
Alright,
some
yeah.
damage, though, and he's not looking awesome at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that is gonna do a little damage. Not a ton, but... Unless I roll big! That one is cocked, so... Okay. That's actually 13 thunder damage.
Okay, halved to 6. He is still alive. Barely. This man is... Oh, as the blast of thunder goes through him, he thrusts his staff into the ground to prevent the knockback, but he's bleeding. Like, blood is just pouring through his scales. For a brief moment, you can see his eyes become a little bit lucid and afraid before they go back to angry.
I'm gonna spin the whip back at CC1.
Cool. Wisdom from him.
Wisdom from him.
7.
Failure.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Cool. Tether.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word, Una.
Okay. Got a little extra something in there.
Yeah. 8 points of healing for Una, and then I'm gonna try to hit this guy. I do not. I rolled a 3 this time.
Cool. Big miss. Una.
Let's hit him! Woo! Yeah, that's a whole 11!
Nope.
Let's do it again, maybe! That's an 18?
Nope.
No! That's why!
Just a flurry of blows against, like, you're just whipping back and forth with your psionic daggers, but
I
just...
can't do flurry of blows, I'm not a monk!
Sorry. You're a blur of speed, but it's just bouncing off of this guy's rough hide.
Blur of fucking anger.
Hey, honestly, one good way of not breaking this toy sword is not hitting with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shandi. As your faded fencing on the sunlit, like, golden sunlit bridge continues with your crystal clone.
18.
That'll hit.
Yes. I have my rapier's damage dice isn't even out because I haven't hit with it.
Oh, wait, also, isn't one of these crystal creatures the one that should be being poisoned every turn?
No,
That one died.
Oh, that one was the one that died? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay, that's gonna be 10 piercing damage.
10 piercing damage as you finally manage to, like, as he takes a swing towards you, you hit his rapier out of the way and then just drive it through the jaw of this crystal thing, and the bottom jaw just pops off, revealing inside the crystal there is something. The crystals reform before you can get too much of a glimpse there, but it's gray. That much you can tell.
For a second, I really wish you said the tongue rolls out like a cartoon character.
Like a fruit by the foot.
Yeah.
Fun goes on and on.
Alright, crystal creature number 1 is going to make his save, his con save. Natural 18, so that'll be a success. Half damage.
Half this damage. I always like put down the D10 and then can't find it again. 14, half to 7.
7 points of radiant damage as this thing is looking not so good, but it's gonna do its tried and true punch septon. 15 to hit.
At disadvantage.
9 to hit.
The 15 missed anyway.
Okay.
But, yeah.
As it boom, swings past, you can't do shit. Against you, Una. Yeah, 24 to hit? How's that sound?
Yeah.
12 points of necrotic damage.
Great.
Thank God I healed you.
Yeah. I don't get what's so funny though.
Against you, Tether. 17.
That would have not hit back in the day, but it hits.
Yep. And you are going to take, 14 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my goodness.
And make a con save.
You add your Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
to
it's a
that.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so that's a 15.
You're good. You had to beat
And that was
10.
14, you said? Oh, I thought since it was higher than 10.
Half.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
14, you said?
14 necrotic damage.
Okay, cool.
Alright, that's their turn. Crystal Shandi, after taking a beating, is going to try to return the favor. And he just might. 19.
Shield.
Nice. As he goes for the exact same move, it gets in, like within an inch of your jaw before it bounces off from your shield. Turn.
All right.
And report it.
Let's Did you go back down again, Una?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna. Shanti, how much do you need my fairy fire on yourself?
Oh, you should have been wrong with advantages this whole time, huh?
Man.
Oh, you weren't. I should have. Sorry, I should have been paying more attention. I probably would have caught that.
Oh. Painful.
I forgot. I have a little health bar on him, so that covered the fairy fire marker, so I forgot about it.
You also, I think, still have an inspiration.
He already used it.
No, he used it.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be helpful now that I know about it.
All right, so be it. I'm just going to. I want to get rid of this guy too. What the heck? I'm just gonna throw my first dagger at Crystal Creature number 3.
All right.
And that is a 21.
That'll hit.
Finally. All right, so it makes a DC 12 Strength check.
Natural 19.
Damn it! Damn it! I wanted to dunk him. All right. Well, he still takes 2, 4, 6 points of damage.
Cool. As it shatters off him, and he looks mad at you now.
And then I'm gonna go surprise, bitch, and take my other dagger and stab the dude behind me.
You gonna stab Crikey?
Yeah.
All right.
Stab Crikey.
Go for it. He can't use his reaction to up his AC, so he just is.
Okay, I rolled a 7. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he's got a 14 AC because he's got the lightly armored feat. So.
There you go. All right, that's it for me.
All right, and at the top of round 8, another guy is gonna appear at the top of the bridge. Well, he's been running here the whole time, but he's here now. He gets here. Crikey is looking rough, frankly. So let's see if this is a bonus action or a real action, because I don't remember. It's an action. Yeah, he is going to, since you tried to stab him, he is going to use his action to try to have the hand grab you again. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I forgot the hand was there. Okay. 8.
That's a fail. The hand grabs onto you. You're restrained, and you take. That was a catch. 5 points of bludgeoning damage. As you are super restrained. You can make an you can use your action to try to escape if you want. On your turn. Then he is going to. Well, he can technically go 5. 10. He's gonna move there. Septon. Yours.
Damn, Crikey just moved out of my range. How does this crystal creature in front of me look?
Pretty rough.
Crystal creature 1. All right,
It's not doing great.
we're gonna hit him. We're gonna try to hit him. No, we're not gonna hit him. We're not gonna hit him.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Yeah. It's about 10 less than you needed.
Rolled a
Some
9.
beautiful rolls happening tonight.
Yeah, well, I'll spin the whip. We'll see if we can keep him at disadvantage to keep me alive.
7, yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's at disadvantage.
Tether!
I'll keep it there. It's fine. I'll try to hit this guy.
Alright.
I rolled a 17 plus some shit.
Oh, maybe?
I rolled a 17 plus my wisdom, with plus 7. So I think I do it this time, right?
Give me your number.
17, 18, 19, 24.
Yes, that will hit.
Oh, they got a reaction-y thing. Oh, god. It's still a D8 because it's shillelagh just changes the damage. Okay.
It's, yeah, so it fully changes the damage of the thing.
That's nice. That means I could just pick up a twig. What am I doing? Although that probably would break.
And this might. Tell me your damage.
11.
11 points of what kind of damage?
Magical bludgeoning, I believe.
As you do that, and I'm gonna roll a D100. If it's below 50, your sword snaps.
Hit me.
57, just barely.
Oh.
A.
Next time it's 25. As your sword does get damage from hitting the thing.
Yeah.
What was that sound?
I don't know. I was saying oh, but then I had a thought.
Oh, yeah.
I was still hitting. Should my misses still count?
No.
Towards that number?
That's like the sound that would play in an older RPG when you talk to someone instead of actually saying the words they make the noise. Like a Legend of Zelda game.
Yep.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
I was actually. Okay, guys, I was just trying to go. Oh, we oh. All
right, anything else
I
from you?
am in Britney,
Why?
bitch. I don't know.
Anything
No,
else from you?
Britney, bitch.
No.
Okay. Una.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Woo!
This guy is looking at turning.
No, natural 20. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20 hits.
Yeah. Yay. Woohoo. Let's roll well for damage. Eee! Not great. 6 points of damage.
Nice. 6 points of damage, and he's pissed again.
Yay! Let's see if he gets more piss. He does not. That's 14.
Cool. Oh, he's plenty pissed.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
No.
Cool. Sean D.
Gonna roll with advantage.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. It was 12.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the two numbers you rolled?
I rolled a 9 and 11.
Yeah.
But because I get a -2 to attack rolls, and also my dex is down, I am only getting a +1 bonus to my rolls.
Why is your dex down?
Because he
Slow
has
is
half
over.
a
Because I'm
spell.
dead.
Okay. Crystal Creature's turn. Crystal Creature number 1 is going to try to make that con save. 13.
No.
Alright. Get that damage.
That is 10 damage.
10 damage. It's barely hanging on there. It is unbelievably close to dead, but not dead yet. Disadvantage attack on Sean D. 7. Sorry, Sean D. Septon. It was Septon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a 7. It doesn't matter anyway. He swings his
Yeah,
arms
I missed.
wildly. There's very little crystal left on this thing, so it's not hard to dodge. All right, against you, Una. 16.
Yeah.
Okay, 16. And that is 7 points of blood necrotic damage.
Bye. Again.
He's going to heal a little bit. Shouldn't have been that. So I'm going to damage him by 1. Alright, and then against you, Tether. Fucking 8 to hit. And then this guy, 5, 10, 15. And he'll make a save as well. Natural 20 on his con save, so he'll only take half. But
Yeah. That's 6.
6 total? Or, yeah, you already have it.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 points of radiant damage, and that's the end of his turn. Crystal Sean D with another rapier attack at your face. No. That is a 6 to hit.
Nope.
So, once again, you're back to parrying each other. Turn!
Alright. This time I'm going to, even though I am attacking at disadvantage because I am restrained, I am going to go ahead and dagger this guy in front of me.
Alright, go for it.
Get him from inside.
He is going to use his reaction to add 2 to his AC, because he can do that.
This is going to be very hard for me to hit.
Yep.
First one was a 17, even with disadvantage.
And even with the +2 to his AC, you still hit him.
Oh, I do hit him.
Yep.
Nice. All right, sweet. So first, that's going to do 5 points of piercing damage.
And last, that's gonna do 5 points of piercing damage. As
Oh
you
shoot!
stab a dagger into his throat, and he chokes on
did
blood.
it.
Falls to the ground. You are released from your stone
Crikey.
prison, and you hear a oh
Crikey.
as the dog goes away as well.
Let's keep the dog. Oh,
It's
Dog's gone.
Dog's gone.
the doggy.
Cool. Offhand dagger throw at. This is my last. Wait. Oh no, I can't.
Well, you have a dagger
Sure.
in your hand.
I would have to. I'd have to switch hands to my offhand.
That's fine. You stab him in the throat, and then you drop it like Winter Soldier style. And throw it.
Can't allow that. That
Okay.
is not ruled as written.
No, you get a free action to interact with an item.
Yeah.
Since when does turn play by
Yeah.
the rules, though?
This is
That's-
not turn. This is Phoenix. It would be a free action, but the item was already used with part of my action. So I'm pretty sure
And
Whatever. Okay, dude, something else then.
it feels dirty. I will not abide
if your
by
free
that.
action can be drawing and using, it can be withdrawing and using.
Although, as a free action, I can sheath that weapon, and as part of my attack, because I have the thrown weapon fighting style, I can then draw it.
Are you going
Oh.
to do that?
That was terrible.
Oh, look at
Now
that.
I'm going to do that. Sorry, I just had to make sure it was all like it all
Okay,
checks
so
out.
you do the Winter Soldier
rules-wise.
drop and you throw it then.
I can't believe I'm dating a fucking nerd.
Alright, I take the dagger, I toss it up in the air, I do a backflip, catch it, and throw it in midair.
Fair enough.
And it's probably gonna nat 20 because of how cool this attack is.
Let's see. Who are you throwing it at?
I rolled a 7, so I rolled a no.
So you threw it up in the air and you didn't catch it and throw it so much as you just hit the base of the dagger and it spun a couple feet forward and landed on the ground.
Nice, and I say, that was my last dagger.
on
Anything
the
else
ground.
from you?
You mean my last dagger?
They're all on the bridge, I'll pick them up when I'm done, Una. You're dead, stop talking to me.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm gonna move with the rest of my movement. Right over here.
Okay. And Crikey's dead, so he doesn't get a turn. Septon.
Una, stay with us.
Huh?
I hate being revived by your voice.
You did a whopping 4 health.
Ooh, wop wop.
Hey, Tommy, thank you
No.
for gifting a sub to Phoenix. Phoenix,
Phoenix.
you got a sub now.
Hey, thanks.
Appreciate that, man.
You're gonna get lots of great content.
All right. That's the bonus. That's the bonus action.
All right,
For action, I'm just gonna whip Crystal Creature 1.
whip it.
We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it this time. I
believe
feel
in
it.
You better.
Check. Give me your energy.
Kaioken.
That's some.
Oh,
That's
22.
22 will hit.
22.
22 will hit.
For the love of God. Neither of my dice landed. They both landed point side down in a bunch of other dice. Alright, that's 6 slashing and 4 thunder.
Cool. As you 6 slashing and 4 thunder this guy, he crumples to the ground.
Thank God.
Killed him.
I'm gonna use my. I know I should use my movement. I want to use my movement to go help my pals down south, but I don't want to leave Shandi up here to die.
Makes sense. Peeps, thank you for the gift sub to Chelsea. Aw.
I'm just gonna.
I like how it says welcome. Like I haven't been here the whole fucking time. No, thank you, thank
step
you.
over behind Shandi and
Take cover behind your friend.
put his hands on his knees and breathe for a second.
Alright, Tether.
I'm gonna move this moonbeam 1 up and 1 to the
I
left.
figured you might.
Our downstairs neighbors are fighting.
Oh, I can't hear him. Thank
What are they
God.
fighting? What are they fighting about?
Dude, they always. That's all they do is fight. They either fight or fuck really loud on Tuesday mornings. That's it.
Yeah.
Tuesday
Dude,
morning.
I want neighbors like that.
Alright,
And
anything
I'm
else
gonna
we
try
got?
to hit this guy. That's Nope, I rolled a 4, so that won't hit.
Alright, nothing. Una! You're alive! Is she laughing about the Tuesday morning thing?
Yeah. Then she said, trying in her best Kesha impression, yes. Wake up Tuesday morning, gotta touch that titty. And now she's losing it.
Oh no.
It's so funny. Welcome to the Dun Party Show. Only the best content for you all.
You know, I'm just gonna.
Wow.
We can't play this late. We start to lose our marbles.
What do you expect? It's a 9.
I always lose
Yeah, are
marbles.
you gonna do another one?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe in you.
Do I get any advantage though with a turn there?
You don't get advantage, but you would get sneak attack.
Yeah. But
I'm
okay.
here for ya.
It's a 13.
No. Shandi!
Oh my gosh, I miss my sorcerer boy so much. Fuck.
It's a 4.
With advantage?
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. Once again, nothing. This duel goes nowhere.
It's fine, the
Shanti,
dice
I'm
don't
trying.
matter.
You gotta give me something.
All right, crystal creatures. The first one is gonna make a con save. Oh, 12. So
Fails.
probably a fail. He's gonna then run down here towards Septon.
No!
11.
11 points of damage. And then he's gonna punch Septon. Probably not. Maybe not. 14 to hit.
Oh, it misses.
Cool. This one's gonna punch turn. 14 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, not as lucky.
Real easy to hit.
13 points of necrotic damage.
Wow. Let's see. Let's see how Fairy Fire feels about that.
Fair enough.
Easy to
Fire.
hit, but easy to love.
Fairy Fire is fine. Easy to hit and hit on.
Mm-hmm.
And hit up.
And then the last one is going to attack you for a 4. They all rolled 14s. What the hell? 14 on you, Tether.
Miss.
Cool. That is their turn. Crystal Sean D is gonna make a save. He succeeds, probably. That's a 19 plus some stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. 20, flaccid 20.
So that's 14.5 to 7.
Cool. And with that, somewhat anticlimactically,
Oh, sorry.
Crystal Sean D crumples. But in his place, come on, there's something else. Sean D, you see as the crystals crumble away, a gray, semi-transparent echo of you. But not you as you are now, you without your earring. Missing an eye, burn across the side of the face, scars all over. And it looks at you. There's a little more emotion in this thing's face than there was in the crystal's face. And it looks sad. Cool. Turn.
Did Fairy Fire end on that thing?
Well, it's dead, so yeah. This is a new creature.
Alright. I'm going to use my bonus action to Zephyr Strike. And I'm going to draw my adamantine longsword. And I'm going to say, it's time. I'm going to go ahead and roll my attack with advantage.
Cool.
You've had thyme this entire time we've been eating bland food.
Natural 20.
Nice crit.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sick, bro. Alright.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Alright, so I'm going to roll my damage. I'm got both hands on this one. I'm doing
figured, yeah.
I'm doing D10s. So that is 13 points of damage. The question is, what do I do with the birds? Do I try to have the birds throw this guy off the bridge, or just go for more damage? Oh wait, hold up. Plus the Zephyr Strike damage, so that is an additional.
That doubles as well if it's dice.
Yep, plus an additional 11 points of force damage.
Oh, this thing, yeah, you just took it from looking good to not looking awesome.
So the question is, do I go for more damage from the birds, or do I go for
That
to try and
sweet push.
shove him?
You know, these things are pretty good at not getting shoved. But you shoved one of them, so.
Let me ask you this. So when you crit, that instance of damage is the dice are doubled. Now,
Dice are
according to
doubled.
this, you can cause the swarm to assist you immediately after you hit. And
I would double the swarm damage if it was dice as well. I would roll
Alright.
that as the same instance of. It's the same attack, so I'd roll it as double as well.
How close to death does it look?
Like a quarter left. These things don't have a ton of HP, they just regain HP every time they hit, so.
Sure, I'll go ahead and just go for the damage then.
Cool.
Come on, big damage. Another 10 points of damage from the swarm.
Nice.
Wow,
Not quite
that
enough
was-
to destroy it.
Oh, that was a 34 damage.
That's a lot of
attack.
damage. That is a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Alright.
That was my first time using that adamantine longsword. It
Anything
feels
else?
good.
Yeah,
It's green like me.
sure is. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's everything.
Cool. As your turn comes to an end, we reach the time limit. The crypto yells out, "Cover your eyes!"
Alright. I use my cattail.
Do you? Cool. You all cover your eyes. And as you do so, let's get...
Like end of Indiana Jones, The Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Pretty much. Though your
Cool.
eyes are covered, you see flashes of light and hear indescribable, horrible sounds. There's screaming from kobolds. There's just crystals crunching and cracking. There's just horrible, garbled, meaty noises. The sound of flesh being torn. And it all fades away. And you hear the cryptal's voice say, All right. You can open your eyes now.
Is
All of
Is
the crystals are gone. They
is
are-
reverse Sean D still there?
No, gone as well.
We are that close.
You see in the center of the village, the parish's body has more or less exploded as well.
Well, that's not very good.
He's gonna look around and say, "Look like it's done, but I learned a couple of things when it was in my brain. This isn't over. It's not dead. You have to look for a dog. The dog is the..." And his face begins to fill with blood and become bright red. He falls once again to his knees and then stops moving. Now I can't tell you too much, can I?
Hey.
And he stands back up with that same perverse smile on his face that he had before. As he does so, he reaches into his sort of cloak and pulls out what looks to be just a shaft of wood. Then flicks it towards the ground, and a spectral axe made of like blue fire appears out of it. He has a serrated sword in one hand, spectral axe in the other. His eye is just pulsating with black energy, and he says, "And it's a big shame too. You could have been so useful." And then he is going to take an attack at Una. So we can either reroll initiative or go with the same initiative. It is up to you guys.
Let's keep the same.
Okay, I'm gonna have to roll initiative for him.
Bet he'll roll a 2.
Might. We got the boss fight music playing now. He rolled a 20. Well, you were close. He rolled 2 2s.
Hey.
Cool.
Exactly what you meant.
I think we should have re-rolled, guys.
Well.
Alright.
What I got if I rerolled.
He stands over you, Una, with a wicked smile and a hollow laugh. He swings his serrated longsword at you.
Uh-oh.
Peace out, bros.
I'll get you back in a second.
No. Please leave me down.
Get you back in here. You got one more. You got one more.
You have one. We have 2 more.
Maybe 3 more. Maybe we can swing 3.
Actually, I could. Yeah, I didn't use
24
any.
to hit.
What?
24 to hit.
24.
Yeah.
Alright, you're going to take 8 points of slashing damage
Nay.
and 1 point of bleed. So mark 1 bleed on your sheet. So I'm going to describe how this works. This is a homebrew thing that I've been working on. The way bleed works is that when you take a point of bleed damage at the start of your turn, you take 1d3 damage per point of bleed that you have. Bleed stack, so if he hit you again with the serrated longsword, that would go up to 2 points of bleed damage. Ad infinitum. If you are bleeding while unconscious, you have disadvantage on death saves. Any form of magical healing gets rid of all bleed, and you can take an action to make a medicine check to stop the bleeding on yourself. So, if you have questions, just ask. But
How do I mark that on D&D Beyond?
don't, because I made it up. So just mark it in notes somewhere.
How do I roll a D3?
Yeah.
Roll a
that
d6,
too.
have it.
D4 minus 1. Reroll ones.
Yeah, there's a couple different
Sure.
That seems less.
All right,
Okay, how
so
about
that's
that?
his
D100.
first strike.
Okay.
He leaps forward. He's going to take another serrated longsword strike against you. Turn. Oh, I might miss.
He can't hit me.
14.
He hit me.
All right. You are going to take. 8 points of slashing damage and 1 point of bleed. And then he is going to bonus action swing his axe at you. Nine to hit.
I parry.
Cool. So the way this thing is moving isn't natural. It doesn't look like how a human being moves. He's like bending and sweeping his blades all over the place. So that first strike, his whole body goes with it. And the second one, he's like twisting upwards with the thing, but you manage to block it with your sword out of the way. And that is his turn. Septon.
Alright. Walk over to here. Wait, how far did I just move? Yeah, okay, 30 feet. Walk over to here. I'm not gonna yell at Una. I'm gonna, what's the other one? What's the other?
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds. We're gonna
Cool.
cure
Whisper
wounds.
sweet nothings.
Hey, baby.
Sure.
No.
There's a verbal component.
Una
for
stays
sure.
dead.
You look mighty healthy now.
Great. No, no.
Una vomits awake.
7 health.
Thanks.
You're back up.
Kinda. Still bleeding.
No.
No.
Nope, it's gone.
No?
You received
Magical
magical
healing of any kind
Right.
closes your bleed wound.
Yep.
So
Sorry. I forgot the rules I learned 2
I'm gonna
minutes
look
ago.
at this fella and I'm gonna spin the whip.
All right.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Oh, he did not roll great. 6.
Yeah, disadvantage on attacks and dex saves until the end of his next
Hell
turn.
yeah.
His head
And-
flips over towards
and
you, and
mine.
you see his tongue sort of just like flit out of his mouth and lick his teeth.
The fruit roll up
Like a
again.
Like the fruit
puppet?
roll up, yeah.
Is he like a weird marionette thing?
That's the vibe you get. He's definitely made of flesh and bone, and some of these movements you
Right.
can hear cracks and strains as his body probably isn't meant to move like this.
Yikes.
Alright, everybody wail on him. Just beat
Tether.
the shit out of this guy.
What is he wearing?
He is wearing. It's very hard to see under his dark cloak. You can't. Between his very long black hair and his cloak that goes all the way around him, you see some leathery gauntlets, maybe, but that's all.
Even when he's moving crazily?
Yep. He's got a magic cloak.
Okay. I'll do it anyway. I'm gonna heat metal his serrated sword.
Cool. So he makes a save to drop it or not?
Yeah, con. He can also just choose not to drop it.
He will choose not to drop it then, yes.
Okay. But he's gonna take. $13 points of fire damage.
13 points of fire damage. And he just grins even wider while his hand sizzles and you can smell burning flesh. Anything else?
No.
Cool. Una.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you already got rid of it, but yeah, Moonbeam's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hit this boy. It's like a game show. You dip it. 16.
16. I don't know if that hits or not. It does not. You swing your dagger towards him, and his spectral axe sweeps down around and blocks it.
Again, please.
Cool.
No, another. Well, that was a 1, but. Okay, 17?
17 hits, yep.
Hey.
You do have sneak attack on this.
Yes. Thanks. Do. 13 points of psychic damage.
13 points of psychic damage as racks into his brain. Alright. Anything else?
Messing with your mind. Nope.
All
Sean D.
right. You hustle on over and make a rapier poke.
Cool. 1 second. Before you do
Okay.
that,
Mhm.
I meant to do this and then I forgot to do it. Can you put yourself back where you were?
Yeah. I was, what, up here?
Yeah.
That's where you were. As you do that, as you start to rush towards him, you're stopped. As you see that pale reflection of yourself appears again.
Hi.
Doesn't seem hostile this time, though. Seems like it wants to work with you.
Yeah, well,
The level 3 feature on that class, you have access to it now.
okay, cool. In that case, how close am I to this guy? Okay, I'm still going to run then,
That's fine.
and then.
I am going to give you access to this token, though.
Okay, thank you.
Because technically it disappears at this point, I think, because of distance, but...
No, it's if my turn ends while I'm
oh, no, yeah, you're still close.
out of range.
Cool.
And then I'm going to. It doesn't cost an action for me to move him,
Nope.
so I'm going to move him 30. And then I'm going to attack. On my well, yeah. That makes sense. That's a miss.
Okay.
12.
Still pretty tired, yeah.
Yeah.
As it flips back, you slash past him, and you see this as this shadow appears, it looks over towards this. Interesting.
And that is gonna be it for now.
Okay. Turn.
Hi, Shanti. Hi, Shanti.
So looking forward to this interaction.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and Zephyr Strike attack with my adamantine longsword, and I'm probably gonna get another critical hit.
It's possible.
I love
A
the
14.
optimism.
No. Miss.
One of those was a critical fail, so. But it doesn't matter. That's all I can do. That's it.
Alright. It's turn.
I'm turn.
Um,
Everybody vomits.
Blake,
Yep.
do we recognize his voice?
No.
Or
It sounds like
new?
this guy's voice. It sounds like his talking voice, but like as though somebody were manually operating his vocal cords.
Got it. Okay.
He's gonna run, which could provoke 3 attacks of opportunity.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, baby.
It can provoke 4 attacks of opportunity.
Well, that's not technically a guy. You
Yeah,
can just
no.
attack from that position.
Um,
You don't have the one that lets you do an extra attack on him yet. That's a higher level ability.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. There was a separate rule for the attack and the opportunity attack. I thought, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You can just attack from his position.
Because you still only get 1 reaction, right?
You're
Okay,
using
cool.
your reaction. You can attack from either one if you want.
Yeah. I'll just attack from me.
Cool.
It's 6.
Miss.
15.
15 misses.
17.
17 hits.
A sneak. No, I can't. Never mind.
Not on this.
Yeah. Hey, 4 points.
4 points of psychic damage. Alright, he's gonna run towards you, Tether. As he runs up to you, Tether, I need you to make an investigation check for me. Because something pops up in your periphery and you're forced to look at it.
Ooh.
15.
15, cool. The attacks made against you this turn have advantage as you are distracted by the haunting of your own shadow.
So they're regular because
They're
he got
regular
whipped.
because,
Yeah.
exactly, he's making
Yeah.
regular attacks against you. Alright, one with the serrated longsword, which is a natural 20. Yikes.
Love.
So
Why?
17 points of slashing damage and only 1 point of bleed.
It doesn't even matter. I'm down.
Well, yeah. Mark the bleed down anyway.
Oh, do I take damage on my turn when I'm down?
Well, you just have disadvantage on those.
Cool.
Alright, and then he's gonna counter over to you, Septon. and take his second attack.
Do it.
Not as good. 14 to hit.
Misses.
Cool. As he swings through Tether, like basically drive-bys Tether, and runs over to you.
Why doesn't Una get sneak attack?
Because you can only do it on...
It's once per turn, but it doesn't matter whose turn it is.
I thought you could only sneak attack on your turn.
Rules as written says once per turn, and I
I've been
think
robbed by some DMs then.
according to that verbiage, you should be able to get a sneak attack on anyone's turn, because it doesn't say it has to be your turn,
That's interesting.
which it will specify in other.
No, yeah, you're
That
super
is-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
That
always
is-
played it the other way, but no, you're absolutely right. Go ahead and roll some extra damage there.
Whew. Thuvius needs to make some rolls.
Yeah. This has a lot of rolls we need to get back.
Oh, 11 more points of damage.
Wow! Okay, yeah.
Thanks.
This guy's not looking as good as he was a minute ago. Septon, you're up.
It was just a delay on the psychic damage.
Stepson is
Snap.
gonna
Yeah.
step around to here
Little dosey-do.
and wake up Tether.
Hey, buddy. Time to go to school.
Yeah, a little cure wounds.
Cool.
Gonna do a little cure wounds. Ugh. 9.
That's fine.
And he's gonna turn to Una as a bonus action. Oh, no. That's as silly as that is. I should probably just spin the whip instead. So we're gonna do that.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
16.
16. Ah, it's a success.
Cool.
Should have done the other one.
Alright,
You'll
Tether.
never know what it was now.
Sure. I'm gonna. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yeah, I assume you're standing up first.
Yeah.
Natural 20. What the fuck?
What the fuck? Okay, never mind. And
This guy said fuck Tether specifically.
yeah, fuck me specifically. And then bonus action Shillelagh again.
Really hates mushrooms.
Yeah.
He was forced to eat mushrooms as a child.
Una.
Yay! It's me now. I'm gonna throw some daggers
Alright.
at him. But I was like, I'm just gonna throw a dagger at Septon. I'm not. 18.
18 will hit.
Sneak attack!
Yes. Sneak attack.
Wham. 19 points of psychic damage.
Ouch.
See, when I actually hit, it's pretty great.
Yeah, this guy's bleeding heavily.
And then another one. Flip. No, probably not 15.
15 does not hit. The first one buries itself in his throat, which would probably be a mortal wound for a normal man, but he keeps going. Ducks under the second one.
Ooh, if it was like if it was the black dagger, I guess if it was black or white, doesn't matter. It would like seep in and crawl up into his brain.
Cool. Yep. It hits him and crawls into there, and you can see it like under his skin, going up towards his brain.
Fuck yeah.
Like Beastly, that movie starring Jennifer Hutchins.
Exactly.
Hutchins?
Hutchins?
I don't know.
Jennifer Hutchins?
Everyone's favorite.
Sean D.
Hutchins.
Alright, Ghost John D is gonna creep on over
Cool.
and make an attack.
I was gonna combine Gandhi into Gandhi, but I decided not to.
That ain't it.
That's a flaccid 20.
Flaccid 20 will hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Sweet. Yeah, that's 13 piercing damage.
13 piercing damage. This guy's on his last legs.
Sweet. Yeah, that's it for me then.
Alright, turn.
Alright, I guess I'm just going to... I'm out of all my light weapons, so I'm just gonna do a normal longsword attack.
Cool. You gotta
That
get
is
to it
a
first.
15.
Are you
Oh,
throwing
sorry,
my
right.
lumps?
No, sorry, I forgot. I was looking at like character sheet.
Una looks up. See.
I mean, technically, if I throw it, I get the thrown weapon damage bonus.
But
I'm not gonna do that.
all right.
Yeah, no. It's a
15 does not hit.
That's all I can do.
All right. Top of his turn, he is going to bonus action drink a healing potion.
Bonus action, drink a healing potion. What is this guy, a thief? Or subclass of the rogue class? Okay.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Fucking got him.
Counter spell.
Nice.
Got him.
Knock it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Counterspell a healing potion. No.
Hopefully it's a small healing potion.
It's not.
Pulled out a gallon of grape juice.
Yeah.
Chugs it in 2 seconds.
All right. He is
What's
then
the-
going to take one attack against Septon first. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Guys, I want you to know I've made it through the last, 8 rounds on 5 health.
Well, now you have, you take 13 damage plus 1
Yeah.
bleed, so.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Does bleed do anything on your turn?
Top of your turn, it deals you 1
Top of the
D3
turn to ya.
damage. But when you're unconscious, it just gives you disadvantage on death saves.
So I should have taken 1d3 damage on my turn.
Oh yeah, take 1d3 damage. I forgot that you.
Alright. I'm unconscious.
Second attack, this one with the axe this time, is going to be towards Tether. 17 to hit.
Oh, you know it, baby.
Okay, so you're going to take 9 points of slashing damage and 3 points of necrotic damage.
I'm dead.
Well, not dead.
I'm unconscious.
Cool. And
Our healers are down!
that,
in trouble!
that is the end of his turn. Septon, disadvantage death save.
Disadvantage death save. That's just cruel. Alright, here we go. Oh, failure. It's an 8.
Tether, disadvantage death save.
That's a 5.
Okay, 2 fails. Una, you're up. This guy is now just. I wish you could have gotten riper before I had to harvest.
Ew.
I'm gonna miss this party.
He's not.
Sorry.
He's not looking good. You get the sense
Yeah.
that healing potion was a last-ditch effort for survival. So.
Blipping around that way. And attacking him. Unnatural 20.
Hits.
Meet. 12 points.
12 points. You
Psychic.
sneak around to the side of him, and as he sort of twists his body to look at you, you stab him up through the ribcage with a white dagger. And as it sort of bursts into him, you can see his head snap the other direction. He's still alive, but he's not looking good.
Another one. 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Finish him, Una.
I'm trying. 4 points of damage.
As his head clacks one way, you slash with the black dagger across his throat.
Oh, Una bathes in his blood.
And as
She drinks it.
as his blood pours out, he crumples to the ground.
No, she dives in the neck.
Yes.
Oh
Swimming
wait,
into
does
his
the actual guy
chest
die?
cavity.
Wait, that was. Oh.
Yeah, as he's sort of gasping for air, you can see his smile just turn back into his normal face, and he goes, "Please, I can't rest here. I need to see home. Take."
Where's?
And then he crumples.
Una, you killed that man. were. You did a very good thing.
Wait,
We still got combat
Tether.
going on.
I gotta go to. Oh yeah. I guess that's the end of my turn.
Yep. So we have Shandi and Turn. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to roll a medicine check to stabilize one of these people, and that is rolled with
Which one?
disadvantage because I'm
We get
exhausted.
it, Michael. We get it. You're dying.
Oh,
We
no,
get
I
it. We get it, Peter.
I
we
wasn't
get
making
it.
a point.
Wait, who are you? Who are you medicining?
Well, Shandi goes first, so I'll let him go.
Shandi, what do you want to do?
I'll use my movement, and I'll go down to medicine tether.
Cool.
I'll never forget this.
Oh.
You will never remember it either.
Oh.
Not natural one.
You kill her.
An unnatural one.
So
It's not a crit fail.
no. So you don't
Like an
give her another wound, but you don't do anything to help her at all.
Yeah.
I'm still bleeding though, right? Because
You're
I
still
didn't do
bleeding
anything.
now.
I didn't
So
do
at the
anything
top
to-
of your turn, you do take 1d3 damage.
oh boy, we're about to have another corpse on our hands. Reroll that because that was a 1. Oh, another 1. I gotta keep re-rolling it.
No, you don't.
I rolled 3 1s in a row, and I'm doing 1 minus 1, so our D4 minus 1. That's
Oh.
my
Why?
fourth one in a row. At
Maybe
this
you
point,
should roll actual dice.
At this point, I have to keep doing it this way. All right, take 2 points of damage.
For a second, I thought like you were doing like I roll a 1, I have to add another roll on top of that.
What did
Oh.
you
I
end
rolled
up taking?
exploding dice. I ended up taking 2 points of damage.
Cool.
And then I'm going to attempt to medicine check Septon as I pull. Well, I guess I don't have bandages, so I'll just like tear off a bit of my shirt or something and try to stem the bleeding. And I'm gonna say, "All right, Septon, it's okay. Septon, dude, get up! It's time for you to live."
Hello.
I rolled disadvantage. Oh, I do crit fail.
That's unbelievably bad. Okay, yeah, that's another fail on your part, Septa.
That's unbelievably
Cool.
bad. I'm just gonna give them exhaustion and have them do 2 fights, one after the other. Oh, that's so unbelievably bad.
It's a boss
So-
encounter! Did you want it to be easy?
Throw disadvantage on their death saves.
Alrighty, that's the end of my turn. Guess who has a death save coming up with disadvantage? You have a 75% chance of dying here. Just wanna
Fuck,
Yeah.
throw that one out
don't
there.
say that.
Alright, here we
You're-
go.
If he dies, it's your fault.
As usual, rip my characters. Here we go. That's another 8. I'm out.
Fuck.
The color drains from his face.
Septon passes away.
Tether!
The other die was a nat 20.
Yep.
That's a natural 1. That is a natural 1.
Blake, you cannot look like that! You cannot look like that!
Yo,
Alright.
Septon had a healing potion on him.
Yeah.
Taylor had.
The dude had another healing potion on him too, but nobody checked, so...
I
Well,
don't
checking-
think,
I mean, I
can't
Yeah.
say Septon has a
You
healing
I
I
know.
don't think
potion.
it makes sense that checking's not our first priority.
No.
No, I get
Okay,
that. I get
so they're gone. Yep.
that. Oh, I'm gonna miss Septon.
I stop and I look at Una and I look at Shandi. So Shandi, you get your soul back?
Look at Ghost Shandi. Oh,
Cause I'm thinking
I'm thinking I've killed 2 of our friends.
we might need to get 2 more souls back. So if we could just find the crystal creature that has their souls.
I don't.
I don't know that it works that way in this
No,
case.
we just have to. We just have to get back. Oh.
You can't raise your hand, you're dead.
I had a wound, right?
Yeah.
Oh shoot,
Yeah.
my wound. I gotta stabilize my wound. I'm still bleeding.
Make a medicine check.
Can I help?
So the top of my turn,
You take one
I would-
d3.
Una and Shandi would have had a turn before that.
Yeah. So
To
you
do
can
what?
You can smother his wound if you want. You can help. You
Oh,
can make a medicine
yeah,
check to prevent
I'll
him
help.
from bleeding.
You roll disadvantage.
Yeah.
What's the lesser penalty? Rolling a disadvantage or my fucking trash rolls with a permanent -2 on them?
I have a +2 to medicine.
Yeah, that's probably better.
5.
Shandi, if you want to take a chance.
Yeah, let me.
Shandi, this bleeding's pretty bad. Do you want to take a look at it?
Can I keep doing it? 4.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna take another d3 of damage, and I'm gonna try and patch myself up. That's 3 points of damage.
If you explode,
I'm-
kill everyone else.
Oh shit! True.
Uh-oh.
Very true. I will kill everyone.
Throw the robe off or something then.
It's alright, just only come close to me when you need to. 'Cause
I'm
a
gonna
literal time bomb.
All right, then by now Can I feel around for any? I'm gonna check for good berries or healing potions on Tether.
roll the 9.
I have no healing potion
You don't?
or
I
good
think
berries.
I don't think we can act out of initiative yet because there's still risk of more
There's
people
still
dying.
risk of death.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Then you don't know I don't
So
have.
9 is not enough. You're still bleeding.
Alrighty.
Tether, it's your turn. If you want to take your turn to search Tether, or sorry, Una, search Tether.
Yeah, I said that's what I'd do. So
I don't have
Nothing.
anything.
Shandi.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh wait, I have an idea. Okay, gonna rush in. Medicine check.
Run away.
That's 15.
15 is enough to smother the bleeding.
Okay.
So part of me feels like this isn't quite over yet. I turn and I look back towards the town. Something about a dog.
You see there's just kobolds like staring on in awe and fear at this as the sun finally slips below the horizon and sunset turns into night. And they stare at this bridge just spattered with blood. The river below you just running red with the blood of your 2 dead friends.
So this is too much.
You hear a voice. I keep doing this, man.
What's that the voice says?
No. I just keep putting characters in that can do what's about to happen without expecting your deaths. You hear a voice from behind you say, "Well, that was pretty rough."
I turn around.
You see a golden dragonborn in splint mail and a long blue cape, though he looks like no dragonborn you've ever seen before. His face is more elongated than most, with scales that fall in patterns to make it look as though it were covered in lines. He has flexible spines that hang down from his chin that sort of appear like I wrote whiskers, but it's whiskers. And 4 large horns, 2 jutting straight up from the back of his forehead, and 2 more, both with 2 tips each extending out from where his ears would normally be. Guess my dad was right.
Who are you?
Hi. I was sent here by my dad to take care of something big. I think I might have gotten here a little late.
I think that's fair to say.
Are
Who's your dad?
are they okay?
no.
They're dead.
How long?
24 seconds.
Oh! No worries! and he rushes over to Tether
Oh, how convenient!
and pulls out. Hey, listen, I put a very high-level cleric in the caves coming towards you, so this worked out fine. He pulls out a diamond and goes over to Tether. Wait, do you want them to be dead?
No!
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah! Una's eyes turn black.
He casts Revivify on you, Tether. His breath comes back into your lungs. No ritual needed. You haven't been dead long enough. Shit.
Tether looks around and uses her last spell slot to healing word set. No, wait, never mind.
Dead.
That doesn't make sense. Dead.
Anybody got a diamond?
My ring.
Anybody got a diamond? Oh,
My ring.
Thank you.
The ring that you were gonna throw.
And then he revivifies Septon as well.
Hey, we established me throwing that ring wouldn't have hurt the ring.
I know.
The ring does just shatter and disappear. All right, you guys owe me a lot of money.
We have a lot of money.
Yeah, we can work something out. What happened?
You were dead?
Wait, before we talk too long, do we need to talk to this one? We don't have any diamonds. We can't revive him anyway. Forget it.
I'm out. I had one. I keep one
No.
with me at all times just in case.
Fuck it. We came in here for him, and I point to Shadow Shandi. We came in here for him. We got him. Let's leave.
Let's go.
Wait, Revivify, we're at 1 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And you, sir, when we return to Wilter's Watch, shall be paid.
I'm not going back. I gotta take care of this. You guys didn't, so I think that's my job.
Alright.
How much do we owe you?
Yeah, how much do we owe you?
Is it 300 for the revivify?
Yeah, 300.
Una, you're holding 274 of my gold, so...
No, hey, I came back. I got plenty of money to pay.
I've got
I don't
money.
have money. I'm sorry.
You said it was
Oh, funny.
300 for
Well,
both.
I used one of your things, so don't worry about paying me for that.
300 for both or each?
300
on.
total, man.
Cool. Here's 300 gold.
Hey, not bad. All right, well,
Hey, sure.
you know,
Small price to be alive.
I'm gonna before I move on and deal with what's going on here. I gotta talk to you guys. You all seem pretty young. You all seem pretty inexperienced. Next time it looks like you're gonna die, run away. How's that sound?
Yeah, we should have done that the first time somebody died.
Sounds like that's something for cowards.
Yeah, but cowards live.
What the fuck?
Where are you from?
Actually, I'm asking the questions here.
That's fair.
Where are you from? And who taught you
Woods.
your manners?
The woods.
Hellvast.
To both of
Words,
us.
I guess that makes sense.
Well, we're with the Bright Futures thing.
You're the Bright Futures?
Yeah.
Well, not
Oh,
quite.
actually,
Yeah.
at the moment, we're not
In
the Bright
training.
Well, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say we're on a rogue mission.
We
Yeah,
did
Don't
something.
matter.
Okay, shush.
Alright.
We weren't supposed to be
Well-
here at the moment.
Okay. Well, listen.
We were just trying to be heroes.
Yeah, let's not do that anymore.
We're just trying to be heroes.
Let's not do that anymore. How about? What I'm gonna tell you right now is your school's gonna be hearing from my dad. And,
Who's your daddy?
well, you'll find out.
She does not say daddy, but
You'll find out.
my father will
But,
hear about this.
Listen, I mean, I got trained in cleric ways, and I've been told that returning to life is not free, and the monetary cost is not the big part. So,
Oh, don't worry, we're well aware of that.
Oh yeah, we've been through that already.
okay. So, what's going on here? My dad just said something very evil existed here. You got any idea what it is so I can get rid of it? I think you guys
Alright.
should take a nap. I'll go take care of the problem.
Honestly, if We'll leave if you want to take care of the problem. Let's give him the quick rundown, right? Okay.
So it all started, we were going on a field trip, and I thought we were gonna go farming, which I thought would be fun.
I'm gonna fast
maybe-
forward through that. We got sent on a mission down to Wilter's Watch to deal with some crops that were being stolen. Turns out it was a small kobold goblin community nearby because their land was being pillaged by some large rocks, the glowing purple such. We follow that up to a cave. We went in there. There was a Hydra and glowing purple rocks. The Hydra killed our friend Sean D here. We had
It was the rocks.
The rocks killed our friend Sean D here. We went into the Withered Queen's court to have him revived. He was revived, but half of his soul was still in the cave. We came back to the cave. We found the rocks that had him. They brought us to their orb in the cave. We went into the orb because that was where the soul was. We came in here, got the soul back. When we get here, we find out there's a cryptal running around in here. The cryptal shows up. Yeah, the cryptal shows up. But then the cryptal switches sides, seemed a little possessed. Everybody starts screaming. We fought the rocks and their kobold over yonder. And then the two of us got killed by the cryptal when he switched back sides, or maybe got repossessed. And that's all I remember. And then I got killed, and now I'm here.
You also said something about.
Oh, and I
a
killed
dog,
the.
Yeah, a dog.
Yeah.
And that.
Oh, yeah, he made some comment about a dog.
Dog
Points
is
up
the
to the
key.
giant dog statue hanging above your heads right now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe.
I would
probably.
imagine that would be the one.
You
Oh,
know.
this all happened in a week, by the way.
Yeah, sounds about
It's
right.
been a long one.
You know, my dad said it was something demonic over here, but none of this seems particularly demonic to me. But
Oh, we found a demonic thing in a hourglass in the cave.
that's probably it. Where's that?
It's in the
That's
grove. They're dealing with it in the Withered Queen's court.
A primal. Okay. And he just, without another word, turns around and starts walking back out.
Hey, why don't we follow you out,
You
eh?
want to destroy the dog real quick?
That's not my job. And he's gonna keep going.
Hey guys, Trinty's not our problem.
I don't care about this. I want to go home.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this the dreams thing? Oh wait, hey, Dragonborn fella.
I used my last level 2 spell
What?
slot to cast Moonbeam on the statue.
Stone. I don't think Moonbeam's gonna do anything to it.
Does it do damage to it? Never mind then.
It's light.
A bunch of people, including us, have been having bad dreams. The kind of dreams where you wake up and the injuries are still there.
That
Know anything
sucks.
You know anything about it? Is that part of your mission?
No.
Yeah, shit.
Have fun. Don't leave any loose ends. Or do, if you want to die again, I guess.
Oh, hey, where's that glowing thing?
What glowing thing?
The parish.
I think it died.
We exploded.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
the dog.
Alright, I'm gonna look at this fucking dog statue.
It's a big dog statue suspended above the bridge.
Great.
Would Flaming Sphere do damage to it?
Sure. Cast
It's
your
a-
flaming sphere and just start bashing it against this dog. And slowly but surely, chunks of the statue start to break and fall until eventually it sort of shatters, and out from it floats down an entity. It is a moss green, semi-translucent spirit of a shaggy
18.
sheepdog. And it lands on the ground and just sort of looks up at you.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
Do you understand us? Can I try speaking with animals?
Sure. Doesn't work. It's not an animal.
Oh, alright. I'll still expend the use of it. Well, it doesn't speak dog.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's-
telepath into it.
Hmm.
If it knows any language, it can understand me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask it, can you understand me?
3 voices speaking all on top of each other, saying different things, come back into your head. Two of them are incredibly angry. One of them seems sad, but you can't make out any words. The dog shows no sign of expression at all. It just continues to look at you and pant.
Well, it can talk. It understands me.
You heard voices?
Yeah. Two of them are angry. One is sad, but I don't really know what it's saying.
What? But maybe we can do some sort of non-verbal communication, like some sort of physical, like bark once for yes, bark twice for no.
Do you think I should pet it?
Are you the parish? Una, what are the voices saying?
Well, I don't know.
Bark once for yes, bark twice for no. Do you understand?
Sort of turns its head curiously towards you, like a dog does.
I turn my head curiously towards it.
Hold on. I'm gonna instead.
Oh, also, I'll do my last level 1 spell slot and do Healing Word on Septon.
Cool.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'll actually
7.
Cool.
I'll actually cast Whispers on it
Okay.
to see if it responds.
Yeah, your head begins to hurt as all of these voices are just screaming into your brain now. One of the angry voices, you can make out a couple of words like home, destroyed, usurper. The other angry one says traitor, trusted him, or trusted them would be better. Trusted them, and the sad one says it will take such time to rebuild.
Are you? Sorry, in its head again. Are you talking about Tristy?
Trinty.
Trinty one?
In unison, all three voices say, "Leave us."
Yeah, guys, let's just go. Let's just go.
All right.
Well, should we ask it if the dreams will stop now at least?
Oh, I ask it that.
Leave us, repeated again, and the dog now stands up and begins to growl.
All right.
Okay.
Time to head out, gang.
Alright, and you limp your way out. You make your way towards where you entered into this world and step beyond and find yourself back in the cave. It's hard to tell how much time has passed since you went in, but there are no dangers left in this cave for you to find. So you make your way out as morning is breaking in the real world. And that is where we will end this session of Dungeon Party. Oh, and you level up, by the way. You're level 5 now.
Ooh.
Remember when this was about school?
I miss those days.
I'm gonna say that at the end of every session until we're back home.
You're gonna be back at home.
No, we won't.
Next.
No, we
We're not going
won't.
back home
Something
until
else is gonna
Dixie
happen.
Taken
Don't-
care of. All right, I'm not going home till the whole thing's fixed.
No.
So,
I don't care.
I just want to do some
Turns
fucking
going back
homework.
for that backpack.
oh,
Septon's gonna retire from adventuring and just work at the Green Rock, the Emerald Rock. That's done.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us today. That was a wild one. Arc done. Congrats.
Arc done.
Oh.
Sure.
not done.
Okay, well. Theoretically, arc done.
I feel like someone made a Magic School Bus joke at the beginning of this arc, and that's really come to fruition.
Yeah.
With the frizz? No way!
Fucking 3 deaths.
I rolled for health for this level. I've been rolling for health the whole time, and I rolled a 2 on this last one, so
Same.
doesn't feel great. I still have 48 health. I had a big pool to begin with, but
Good for you.
hey, you're supposed to have less health than me.
Not this low.
I'm sure you're fine. How much health do you have?
34.
Let me.
I have 34.
33.
Yeah, I think
After
34 is
level
probably
up?
like average.
After leveling
No,
up?
not after level up. I'm about to.
No, I haven't leveled up yet.
Yeah, after leveling up.
After level
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So
With
Plus,
Con,
with my temporary hit
hit
points, I
40.
technically have 66.
And
Con
Winfield,
is
I have a
one.
question for you.
Yes.
Are you class changing?
Yes.
Cool. So
whoa.
Shanti is no longer an Eldritch Knight. He is now an Echo Knight.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer. Cool.
It did it again.
So we'll pick up from you guys exiting the cave next week, and the consequences of what happened here today.
Now that we have a Matt Mercer subclass, you have to start every session with last week our band of intrepid
wanna do that.
adventurers.
That's not what he
I
says.
don't want, but it's the hands.
You're a fake fan.
I don't want to do that.
I am a
You
fake
don't
fan.
watch
A
it
fake
anymore.
fan who introduced you to it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
This is
And now I'm the
nice.
real fan. Because you just couldn't handle his mouth sounds.
Watching. Okay, the sounds of the eagles. When there's the episode of the eagles.
No,
and
it was the
everyone
Moorbounders.
And everybody. Oh, and the Moorbounders too. And everyone was going. And also. I could not watch it anymore.
So before we destroy any fans that we might have who are Critical Role fans, we're gonna go off the air, I think, now. But we'll catch you next week for some more of this, and I have some thinking to do because I didn't go how I expected either. Cool. Yeah.